Uh, I think it's going. Come on, go live anytime today. Uh, Okay, I think we're good to go now. Okay, so yeah, so we start July 13th, Sunday night, and then the first week is teaching and trading. Saturdays are workshops. 101 start week 3. The book is immediate, um, lifetime access, and all the rest of the stuff. All the rest of the stuff.
So every day we have a
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, we'll be doing this every day, except I'll let you into more of what my brain is thinking. If you think like, sometimes I'm very like I narrate when I trade, I tend to. But I'll let you into like some of the finer points and how inventory is informing my decisions. I think yesterday we were facing a reversal, and I think a cool moment from yesterday was Jeanette being down and like calling a sell as soon as it's about to happen type thing. So we'll have like how I'm doing that sort of stuff was making me know that it's time.
Yeah,
That's
that was pretty awesome, I must say.
it was pretty cool.
Hey Jay,
Yes, sir.
so the commitment times are really the same time in the morning as the trade room hours,
Yeah.
8:20 to 10:20,
Yeah, yeah.
Monday through Friday. Okay.
Yep. That's the trade room. But that first week, by the way, all of this is lifetime access to the recordings. So the first week, though, what we do is 2-a-days. So we
Okay.
trade in the day and then we meet and teach at night. We go through
Okay.
concepts. You know what I'm saying? So that
Got it.
first week is it's a lot of trading. You're going to be with me 2.5, maybe 2.5 hours in the morning, and then we'll be together another hour, sometimes hour and a half at night. And we'll
Okay.
do that all week one. And then we're together for an hour on Saturdays as well.
On Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
What time at night?
At night, 8 Eastern.
8. Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
sir. Yes,
Got
sir.
it.
Eastern.
Uh,
Uh,
Thank you,
you,
Jay.
you're very, very welcome. Any other questions before we get going? All right. Well, I figure we might as well trade. Anybody want to trade? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. I've been kind of, I did my walking this morning and stuff like that. Did my walking. And after that, I sat down. I was listening to some leadership and spiritual stuff. Listening to my mornings get right. That was fun. Last night was a late night. I was hanging out with some inventory alumni. We were talking about the markets and talking about what's coming up. And I guess I want to just publicly say I'm so grateful for them for being willing to trust me as we were carving out a method of trading that is just, in my opinion, revolutionary. So, man, I'm very, very grateful to them. So we were talking about that. And I think I got to bed pretty late. Got to bed pretty late, super late. But when I laid down, it went head on. I went head on and laid it down. So that was good. I had some great dreams and stuff like that. I feel good about today. I haven't seen all of the pretty birds come back. Like I haven't seen that blue, this one bird that'll fly around here. It's beautiful and blue. Oh my God, this bird is so blue, and I haven't seen that bird come back yet. There's this other bird that's white with a really long tail, and it's stupid. It's a dumb bird because it will keep trying to fly into the window. It'll bump into the window 25 times in a row. It's the dumbest bird, but it's so pretty. It's white with a long tail. I haven't seen none of those birds, but I have seen them black birds. They getting bigger too. They used to be little small birds. Now they pretty big. I feel good, man. The sky is blue and the trees are green, grass is green, and everything's all right. I want to call out $1,000 worth of trades. I'm gonna just say what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call out $1,000 worth of trades. I'm going to teach today. And what I'm going to teach about more than anything is not your IQ. So I'm gonna teach. It's this thing I used to teach a while ago. It's called EQ over IQ. EQ over IQ. I'll teach you guys that. We're gonna break down markets, understand structure, and we're gonna understand the difference between being right and being right now. They're very different. Everybody, type in the chat how much money you want to make today. Type in the chat how much money you want to make. How much money do you want to make today? How much? How much money do you want to make today? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. I see you, Nia. What's good? If there's any other mentors in here, please let me know so I can make sure I
Right
got you.
here, Jay.
What you said? Oh, that's Pat. What's good? Turn your camera on, brother. I want to see your beautiful face, bro. Come on. There he is. That's the man with the beautiful aurora in the background. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Um, let me see. What kind of money does everybody want to make today? 600 and 500 and 50, 1400 and 750 and 400 and 750 and 5K and 1K and 1500 and 1000 and 1K and 5K and 5K and 1000 and 500 and 200. You can, okay. I'm cool with newbies. Newbies are cool. Uh, then 500, however much the market allows. That's a good question, good response. 1,000, 500, 350, 1,500. Okay, 1,000. This is very good. This is very good. I'm gonna try one other thing. Okay, here's one thing. How much money do you want to make if it was the wildest, craziest day of your life in trading? What number would you write then? Okay, there we go. 20K, 10,000, 1 million, 5 million. 20K, 50K, 500K, 100K, 200K, 100K. Look at that, 250, 100K, 100K, 10K, 100K, 10 million, 20K, 100K, 50K, 20K. This is good. This is good. Now we're starting to let our brain go, 100K. Now we're starting to let our brain go. Now we're starting to let our brain go. Good. Okay. There's a difference between what you wrote the first time and what you wrote the second time, because the second number is in your wildest dreams. But the job that you don't like right now was one time your dream job. Put that in your mind now. You're in your wildest dreams in some fashion. In some fashion, you're in them. You're in your wildest dream right now. The house, the apartment, the car, the job, the spouse, the children. At one point, it was just a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. And now you're in it. I want you to think about the market that way. Maybe today isn't the $5 million a day day. Maybe it isn't the $1 million a day day. Maybe not. But it's not like it can't happen. It can happen. Like $20,000 in a day, that can happen. That can happen. 20 contracts, 20 points on the ES, 40 contracts, 5 points, 10 points, I should say. It can happen. That can happen. The way that we make it happen, everybody, listen to me. I'm telling you already, build it. You got to build it. You have to build what you see in your head. You have to build it out. Nobody just makes a house and then puts it down. Like they build it brick by brick, piece by piece. Okay, electrical, plumbing, everything the house will need, runoff, drainage, type of roof. You know what I'm saying? You have to build it. But I've seen it before. Like I've seen a student of mine not know how to trade, and I teach him how to trade. And he was in a trade, and it was an open, unrealized profit of $250,000. Unrealized, like he hadn't taken profit. This is possible. Patience and let's build it, okay? Today, all we do is make good decisions. If we can make good decisions for a year, what can happen in our life? If we can make them for a week, hey, if we can make a bad decision, stop immediately and then make a good one. Just as soon as we make a bad one, we say, that's wrong. Get out of that. Then let's make a good one instead. Like for real. That's all it is. Making a lot of good decisions isn't making perfect good decisions in a row. Some of the good decisions you'll make is, oh, this is a bad decision. I need to stop. That's a good decision. I'm telling you right now, okay? So let's start working on it. Um, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to break down the market real quick. I think the first thing to do is probably check out the news. So let's try and get the news under wraps. What are they like? Forex Factory and Econo Day. Today's Thursday. The jobs report gotta be right. The 10th USD unemployment 227. Very good. Yeah, that number already came out. That means that the indexes should rise and the bonds should fall. Bonds should definitely fall after the day they had yesterday. Jesus. Man, they had a great day. Now they trapped between the 114. I'm gonna get to you in a second. All right, so you got, excuse me, 7:30's speaker at 8, 9:30 natural gas. By the time we're done, let's check Canada. Thursday, July 10th is what we're looking at here. Jobless claims already cracked 10 and 10:30. And Alberto, where is he speaking at then? Somebody tell me, where is he going to speak? Due to speak about the economic outlook at an online event hosted by the office, the official monetary and financial institution forum. Audience questions expected. Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis is where he's from. Anybody ever seen him before? Anybody know this person? FOMC
I
member.
wouldn't know him if I saw him on the street.
Wouldn't know him if you saw him, and he's responsible for whether or not you get the loan.
Nope.
Let me see an image. Where you from, man? You look pretty young. You don't look old and decrepit. Kind of look like right here. Do you know Jesus? Knocking on your door in the morning right there, don't it? Let's see. What do we know about him this way? Let's go all. And incumbent, he's 56, fairly young.
Columbia.
London School of Economics and UPenn. So he went and drank all of the juice. This is all of the juice. You know, they all go to University of Pennsylvania and they all go to London School of Economics. Banker, president, Federal Reserve, so he's fairly new to the gig, replacing Bullard, who quit in order to be a dean at Purdue. He's the second Hispanic policymaker to be appointed to a position in the Federal Reserve. Salim previously served as CEO and COO of Events Asset Management, personal life, born in Bogota. So his cousin know where them things at. Yes, he's married to. Is that was that very rude? That's not rude, is it? You know what I'm saying? He's married to his wife, Claudia Pinto, with whom he has 3 children. So he's from another country and he's on the Federal Reserve. He's fairly new. He did all the things an educated person would do, go to London School of Economics. I would be interested to find out who his parents were, because those are not cheap schools. What did your mama do? And what did your daddy do for a living? That would be the thing I would look up. Like if I had to do this, I'll be like this. Who in the world was your mama and daddy? Immigrating to the US and graduated from public school system in Maryland. That's what I would be. I would be interested. Because you're from Colombia, you can move to Brazil, then come to the US and go to London and UPenn. It's a lot of bread, homeboy. In any case, that's who's talking today. At least now we know his face if we see him walking on the street. Um, Other than that, we're cool. We got tens and 1030s and some unemployment stuff. Let's break them down. We're stuck here. These same lines that I've drawn since Monday haven't changed. I'm still looking at 114.09, 114.01. I think magnificent things are happening at 114.12 as well. And yeah, yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go there. Bonds look like they'll be okay. To me, they'll be pinched. I want to see 13 to 29. Take me to the fives. Yeah, 13 to 29. That is a 16 tick overnight range. We're looking for an explosion one way or the other. Hopefully, it'll be to the downside. If they continue upside, then they'll have a chance really at 115's, 115.04, something like that today. So let's go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour kind of shows buyers in control. We're hanging out on top of the 113.29s. 113.29 should play support, but if we trade underneath it, it could be some anger and jealousy, people trying to participate in the market at 113.17 or either 113.23. I'll be watching those today, trying to see what they can do. The upside looks like, maybe they want to get back up 114.17, 114.21, and then, sell off again maybe today. So either way they go, I'm not looking for anything that'll last forever. I want to see what decision they make by the end of the day in order to understand direction. But it's due for a very explosive day. I'll tell you that. We'll see how it goes. This is a 60-minute chart, and to me, most of the stuff is still right where we left it. Um, I still like the buyers. Um, they still look pretty good to me. 113.29, we're going to protect that. And sure, 113.09, we'll get down there. If I had to do anything now, I would be torn. I want to be a buyer. If I had to do something, I would do that. I don't like, or I say I don't love it. And then prices I would trade. If we're trading 114, let's go up this high, maybe 115.11. We'll sell those. I would probably sell more like a '09 or something like that. Just be willing to get in there because order submitted. It's gonna sell 115.01. It'll sell. I think that we're gonna take some breaks in here. So I'll put one at 114.27. Then I think 114.22 will sell. Order submitted. I think 114.12 will sell. And we'll see what happens at 114.07. I want to hear that. Okay. And then as far as buyers, I think 113.29. 113.19. Honorable mention right here at 113.25. Order submitted. Watch out for them. 113.16 for sure. Order submitted. Yeah, it's 113.14. You gotta like 14, 16, 19. It's all of them are tight, but they're there. I'm not even lying. All of them are there. Hit the one in the middle. 113.08, I think is good. And then all the way at the bottom, 113.01. Okay. What's up, Noah?
Morning,
Any,
Terry.
any questions about bond stuff while we're here?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I think I hear somebody trying to talk, but your mic is sounding real crazy, muffled. Like
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
The green vertical lines that you have on the chart, what are those, please?
These little green lines right here, like this right here.
Also, the horizontal, yeah.
Okay. These lines are the ORT. So every day you'll notice green lines and then an orange line above and a orange line below. Right. And what it does is kind of plot out for me the range in the overnight that day. So when I open my 5 minute chart, I can see there are a few little lines that I should be thinking about. Okay. You see this orange line up here, 114.13. So that is what we call the overnight high. Then there's an orange line going to be down here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, wow. Was it there? There it is right there underneath 29. So you got the 113.29. That is the overnight low. Then
Okay.
you have the open, which is this white dash. And then you have the market open. And the market open typically, I think I have it set to aqua. So it'll be like an aqua line. And today that line is a 114.02. So it's kind of right underneath the green line. Then the green lines above and below are the, high and low of the first minute of trading. And then I have reversal lines. So underneath the 29, 16 ticks below 29 is going to be the 13. So you'll see a dotted dash green line right here. You see that?
Yeah.
And then 16 ticks above the 114.13 is what is this? 114.29. So right here you see a red line. Um, this is a part of an indicator I created called the 4LR. And it kind of tells me like it helps me see and set up a day quicker. So I don't have to like what happened overnight? Like I don't have to think, what happened overnight? What happened yesterday? Are we higher or lower than yesterday? You know what I'm saying? At a glance, I can easily see, okay, well, yesterday we opened up down here in the 113.01 area. We traded to the upside above the high, and we're trading basically around of the 3rd of July's low. I can kind of easily kind of see overnight structure opens and stuff like that. Helps me spot it.
Are those
And
part of your bully
I
indicators?
swear by them bullicators, baby. They're the bomb.
I know, Monet. You've been
Saves you
talking about
time and
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Jay, I just had a thought. Well, I'll call you offline, but you need to expand who you offer it to, what platforms. Let me just say it like that.
Sure.
Hmm.
Sure. Brick by brick, everything once at a time. Everything is coming in its own time. One of these days I'll have like it'll be a lot, it'll be going on. You'll be surprised, man. Be an amazing experience. We'll take education and trading exactly where it should go. We'll take it where it should go. Here's the ES. I'm going to I think I erased all my lines because I was teaching yesterday in the afternoon. So I gotta kind of rebuild here. So let's rebuild it. ES daily, load, apply. I'm here and I'm sort of there and not like this. And you can get some love. And I think I'll watch out for you and maybe you. Um, I like where we are, man. 63.33, 63.12. These are all very important places. So I'll be watching those to the upside. It's funny how today was, born red, and then a lot of buyers have jumped in here recently, kind of pushing the market back. I think that's very odd. I'll watch and see what they mean to do. What are they playing at? There is a setup that really no one teaches. I think only we teach it, but it's telling me upside. So I'm interested to see how that plays. Here's a 4 hour, those dreaded 63.15s of yesterday. We saw those. Let's see what they can tell us today. I have to go to my 4 hour stuff. And if I was going to 4 hour stuff, I'd probably, I don't play it around a little bit. Okay. Um, yeah, 63.15, 63.20. What is this? 22. Like they want the upside. It really does feel like they want it, but they keep getting defeated up there, man. They go up there and somebody sells them down. It's really dangerous. I don't feel like they have any quote unquote necessary reason to come back down. I've seen them, run away you know, and leave, you know, the buyers, say the buyers at 62.70, they'll leave those guys in the dust and leave them. So I'm interested to see, you know, what's going on. It's almost like we made a new high and we're kind of just like hovering, holding there, trying to see what's going to be the next economic indication. I don't know what they're waiting on. Maybe I can only speculate, but maybe people are constructing portfolios, things like that. But it really does look like a hurry up and wait. You know, you can obviously see that there's sellers above 63.31, buyers below 62.47, and then there's like this middle line, looks like a 6200, 6300 area where they're kind of like, that's like your bull bear. So we'll see how it goes. Um, so far though, I like the buyers. I do. If I had to choose somebody, I like them. Here's a 60-minute chart. If I had to do anything right now, if I had to, and I don't love anything, we're nowhere near a place where I would love. Order filled. Do that. While I'm doing that, maybe I should create some yellow lines, my hourly stuff to look at. And yeah, let's see what that looks like. Ba-ba-doo-dee. Dun, 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 ba-ba-doo-dee. Yeah, that's about it. Watch out for some stuff. If I had to buy and sell stuff, hey, sweetheart, you didn't have to do that. They come later. No, they usually come just after now. Just after, they'll come a little bit after I trade. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Love you too. Order submitted. I'll sell 63.32. I'll sell, it's 7.52. Order submitted. I'll sell 6.32, 63.26. I'll sell that. Order submitted. I'll sell some 63.18s. I'll sell some 63.15s. I'll sell some 63.12s. Order submitted. You know what? You know, I'll put a buy stop at 63.03. Order submitted. I want to find out what happens there. Of course, I said buy in 6300s. I hope that we get something to turn around next hour. Next hour is in 8 minutes, and if you know things could kind of start going down a little bit further in another 8 minutes. 62.94 is a buyer. 62.88 is a buyer. You got 62.82. Um, Gosh, you got 62.76. Order submitted. 76 did such a great job yesterday. I was proud of 76. Order submitted. 76 did an amazing job yesterday, pushing the market up. Good little buyer. 62.60. Order submitted. And then 62.55. Order submitted. And then 62.46. Order submitted. Okay, these are the buys and sells. I think we have a falling market, and that's good. And it's hitting a little bit of buyers right now, and those buyers could play around if they want to, but the sellers are DDT them. And I think a DDT might be, you know, I gotta probably watch it play out a little bit, but I think a good old-fashioned DDT could be in the books for, especially if they don't get to '05 or something like that by now. I said I was going to make this a buy stop. Order submitted. Okay, so yeah, that's the buyers and sellers on the 60s. On the fives, it feels natural. It feels good. Properties, give me this and this and this and this, and just playing around with a few ideas. I've got a great idea, and good ideas are rarer still. But listen and be wise, just forget the other guys, 'cause my idea's no good for three. Ooh, baby, my idea is you and me. 'Cause if you do, the world and you, will think I'm crazy and give me medicine. They'll drag me away. And as I go, you hear me say, any questions on the ES? No.
No.
Nope. Thank you, Jay.
If we go trading above the high, then I'll probably have to do some homework. Let me just do it now. I don't feel like doing the homework later. Ideas are few and far between. Good ideas are rarer still. Anybody know that record? Old record. Super. Don't
Nah, it's just past my time, man. You know,
No, it's in your time. It's just,
it's in my time, Jay.
yeah, it was Harry Connick Jr. When you remember when Harry Connick was blazing hot, he was like in the movie Independence Day with Will Smith, he was like getting
Oh,
super
okay.
fit. He put out an album. I can't think of the name of the album, but it was I think one of the songs was called Great Idea or something like that.
think Rose was about 3 years old when that movie came out, Jay.
Ha 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 ha
Hey, Pat,
ha
Pat.
ha ha
Nobody
ha.
asked you anything. Okay,
Ah, ha, ha,
S-
ha. That's
stay muted.
that's cool.
They
He
asked
looks
him.
very young
I
though.
got.
You know what
Let
I'm
me.
saying? Like he doesn't remember the dream team. So he was pretty young.
Oh nah, man, I was younger than three. I was like, when did Independence Day come out, man?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You don't remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like you watch it on rerun right now.
yeah. I had to watch it on rerun for sure.
This show was good. All the
It was
ones,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good show. Man, this is gold. Nobody had any questions on ES, right? Y'all were good? Any questions? What I think is going to happen on ES if I had to say, and I try to always have a narrative in my brain. Not that it has to be true, but one of my secrets is always having a narrative. What I believe is that we consolidate here for a moment off the open, we swing to the upside and then sell down deeper. That's my idea. On the ES, on the bonds. What was the thing over here? Stuck in a world, look for a break of either side, and whichever way breaks, that's the way we're going to go. If it's top side, then aim at 114.21 until you get proof otherwise. And if it's downside, you're aiming at 113.14, 113.16. Aiming, targeting, that's where you would put targets, yada, yada, yada. Everybody's cool on aiming. You know what I mean when I say aim at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Dailies, I'm looking at the same stuff I've been looking at. Nothing is happening. 3376.2. Uh, I'm watching 3354.6. Give a little love to 3313.3 and finally, 3294.5. On the 4 hour chart, to me, they got really, really scared. There's a trade that we teach and they hit it, man, and went the other way. So you'd be expecting them to try and get all the way back up, man, like 33.52, 33.49 in that area. You'd be expecting that. What they have to do now, though, they have to beat the 39s in order to get there. And the 39s do have a right to sell down. But obviously, there's been some deceleration. What you're hoping is that they can kind of drudge their way along to the upside here on the 4 hour chart and make good on at least some of the promises that they made yesterday of getting to the upside. The closer we get to the upside, the more sellers, so the more kind of herky jerky the market move will be. 4 hour levels that I'm watching, I told you I'm watching 53, 52 area, 49, definitely watching those. There was anything on the bottom that I probably will watch, I probably, give some love to maybe 33.25. I'll probably do that. That'll be a thing. Okay. Let's go to the 60s. So we can zoom in a bit. Really, really herky jerky day. You know what I'm saying? Like hours are the candles are really sharing a lot of prices at once, if you notice. You see that? Like this sort of movement. So Um, the upside is obvious. They want that, 33.39 got the touch and sold off. You want to see if 33.39 meant business. And I think that they don't mean business. 33.39 does not mean business, in my opinion, until they're under the low. You got to get under the low, and that's 33.21.5. Until then, you got upside stuff kind of cracking. Um, let's say buyers and sellers over here. So if I was to buy and sell, it'll be starting at the top, 33.74. I'm into the range, 33.55, 33.49.6.
Order submitted.
33.39, right where it is, sell it.
Order submitted.
That means that this would be the trade.
No.
If I had to do anything right now, it'd be selling that. I think it's terrible. Because I think the trade wins for a second, but ultimately loses today. I think that, this trade, things go down maybe at the top of the hour, but somewhere along the line, they find their footing and they make their way to the upside. Who just got touched? We got the buy stop in at 03 now. So the ES longs from 99 have gone to 03. Not sure if anybody took it, but if you took it, God bless you. The 03s are what now? I think this is where, classically, this is where the music stops and we start selling again from threes and fours and fives. So if it starts coming back into the range, cool. Okay. If you are thinking about buying right now, you're buying where sellers are. It could be very dangerous. If you wanted to buy, should have been down there at 6,300 with us. If it keeps going, that'll be fantastic. I think if down's the way, then maybe they open up to the upside today, and then maybe we could sell a little bit on the ES. So we'll see how that plays out. Um, Back to gold. If I were going to be buying things, just terrible. Man, I'm buying 3328.1. I'm buying 3323.7. I'm buying 3319.9. My man TJ is here. 3319.8 or 9. Uh, Underneath there, I would trust 3306.9. There's a little honorable mention, 3311.8, but I don't love them. I do not love them. I don't trust them. I duck them straight up. 3290 is good.
Order submitted.
There's some other stuff in there, but if we get down there, who wants to be a buyer? You know what I'm saying? Like if we sell that far down, nobody wants to be a buyer. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't be a buyer. Everybody understands what's going on gold?
Yes.
Yes.
My idea is no good for 3. Ooh, my
Jay,
idea
can you
is
put gold back
USD.
up?
Say again.
Can you put gold back up, please? I didn't get a picture.
Oh, my bad, Luke. That's what I'm thinking. Looks like upside effort, but don't believe them until they're above 39s.
All right, thank you.
Or even 41s, 42s. Like I don't believe them until they're up there. So right now, like you're trading in no man's land. If you're a buyer, you're like a hoper. If you're a seller, you're on your last leg. You see what I'm saying? At this level. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes, thank you.
Gold traders, y'all have any other questions? Any other questions at all? Any other questions on gold? All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Here we go. The fives look like a sine wave from a recording. Vocal line, vocal. That's what it looks like. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's terrible. That's what that looks like. I guess the NASDAQ is last. We're pretty early on the clock. I told you guys don't buy the fives and threes. That's where sellers are. Sellers are starting to push back, okay? What you would want to see if you're a buyer is, somebody go up to five, punch them in their head, and we start trading sevens. What you want to see if you're a seller, man, underneath 63 double low, get under there and keep pushing, okay? All right. I think we're kind of narrating this trade pretty good. I'm gonna stay in it and here, I'm fine with staying in it. But truth is, you're at a very, very tough, decisive point in the market right now. And if the market starts making some 5-minute decisions in a direction, we got to start paying attention. We have to. So it's going to be important to see what happens between now and maybe 8:20. Very important. Let's go to NASDAQ. NASDAQ's last. How's everybody doing so far? We okay? Do you all wait for the whole? Let me ask you a question, serious question, because I'm trying to learn the structure. Okay. Do you all wait for the whole breakdown, then you trade? Or do you just like wait until I talk about your instrument? Or are you totally like trading while I'm like going through the breakdown? Like, what do you guys do?
I
Tell me.
wait till the whole breakdown.
Wait till
I
the
want
whole
to see
breakdown.
every. Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
want to
listen
see
to the
all
whole
of them.
Zach says kind of both in chat. What is it like you wait or you kind of do it? I started and I listen. So James, you're starting and then you're listening. It says I wait. Okay.
Yeah, I wait for the breakdown too, Jay. Even though I
Breakdown.
have my own ideas,
Mm-hmm.
I get some confirmation from your view.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll feel more confident in what I'm doing and what I think, and then I'll trade.
Okay, okay. Some
Would-
folks say wait for the instrument. I think that was Lou. Um, Reginald says, think we should wait. Wait for the breakdown of the instruments. Wait. Well, I'm in queue, and usually you do it last. So you want to hear everything. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm just waiting. The reason why I break them down in the order that I break them down is because, in my opinion, we wouldn't invest in NVIDIA if we were hungry. So all of these stocks and indexes and everything that is our markets really sit on top of a truth. And the truth is, the country is okay. That's really like my reason for breaking down in the order I break down. The country is okay. If the country is okay, then sure, let's talk about Tesla. But if the country's at war, no one cares about Tesla stock. You see, like no one cares if the dollar has a crisis. You remember when that Silicon Valley Bank, they started a bank run on that bank a couple years back. You remember this? Does anybody remember this? That was the headline.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the headline. There was no one cared about any stocks because this banking crisis would break the truth that's happening in our minds, or not even the truth, but the illusion or the truth that we all agree upon that a dollar is worth a dollar. That truth is the thing that we need to believe. Well, Apple doesn't defend that truth, and neither does Tesla. Neither does Google. They don't defend that truth. The only person who's defending that truth is the United States of America. And they defend that truth with the bond. That's how they defend it. The value of the bond, the interest rate, the good faith and credit of the United States of America. That's how they do it. And if, to me, I check that first before I check everything. Like if that's doing great, then everything will be normal. If that's doing terrible, then everything else is thrown off. Because if the dollar goes to 5 cents, how much is Amazon really worth? But if Amazon goes to 5 cents, what happens to the dollar? You see, one is dependent on the other and not the other way around. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yep. A lot of sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So that's why it's like bonds, then the other stuff. Let me see what's happening with the 30s. And people love the five. They love to talk about the 10-year yield curve and stuff like that, because whatever. People like the tens because at least that way, if they plant a seed, they'll get a chance to either taste the fruit or whatever. But to me, the United States of America really arcs over the 30-year treasuries. In fact, the 30s are the only thing that are really the bonds. Yeah, everything else is like the notes. Let's go to the NASDAQ finally. We'll get here. Time is 8:10. Let's break them. Really, really good for them. You know, did the dailies on the ES turn green yet? Nah, not yet. Right? Still red. Dailies on the NASDAQ, they turned them green, my boy. They turned them green. Let's go. I traded back through the open. And with a lot of wick below, man. Yesterday I was talking to Josh about, wiki candles and small bodies and stuff like that. So this is pretty cool. I'm still looking at the same daily stuff that I've been looking at for a while. The tops are 231.01. And the bottoms are 278. I'm sorry, 227.81. Anything in the middle is conjecture at this point. I don't care about it from a daily standpoint. From a 4 hour standpoint, I really like the tops. I would say something in the middle, but it's stupid. Nothing in the middle is worth paying attention to. You only have like this one thing. I'm gonna call it the 50-yard line. Move. Let me get off my chart because I don't care. I think, yeah, y'all too. So 229.73 and 229.61 matter. Everything else can kick rocks. Who cares? Um, None of this stuff down here. Nah, none of this stuff matters. Get out of my way. Get off the chart. Yeah, that's it. I'm talking about like Manolo Golf. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. We're trading into, in my opinion, seller territory right now. So classically, you would want to sell in these places. If I was doing it, no, you would want to sell. Take a look at the 60s and make sure that that's a good vibe before I make the choice. I've been making the choice off the dailies. And yeah, look at this. Sell.
Order filled.
Yeah, you would want to sell that. Jesus. I mean, textbook inventory just there. That was crazy. 230.60? Who got that vibe? Anybody in inventory already short NASDAQ? Textbook.
Yes, sir.
Textbook. I'm talking about you short took no heat and you already up a band right now. Textbook. I'm talking about that was pretty. You know what I'm saying? It just, but they could,
That was to the tick. That was to the tick, though. You know what
I'm
I'm
talking
saying?
about to the tick. It's
Make your
nasty.
hair to make your hair stand up.
Oh my God. I'm talking about fish grease. You did fish grease. They don't always happen that way, but when they do, it feels real good. You feeling like Ice Cube. I had to say, today was a good day. Gotta say. Everything else is about the same. What you're hoping is that the buyers put up a bit more of a fight and we're able to achieve yesterday's highs. Overnight, they tried to do it, and then they tried to do it a moment ago. And it feels like, there could be over here, even though it doesn't feel like this on the ES, it feels like over here there could be more buying to do. It really does. Like it makes no sense to let 230.66 to like everything above 230.77 go unaccounted for. That would make absolutely no sense. This is the 60, so I guess I should buy and sell. 231.12 is a sell, definitely,
Order submitted.
I'm selling 231.01.
Order submitted.
I am selling, in my opinion, gently, 230.65. If we get back, there could be problems. Things that I'm gonna buy, 230.34.
Order submitted.
Not with my whole chest. You see what I'm saying? Like not with my chest though.
Order
I'm gonna
submitted.
buy it, but not with my whole chest. Because inside of the range, you're not gonna get as much confidence. 230.22. Um, I'm being a little too saucy right now. Let's go to the bottoms, 229.82. I would definitely do something like that. I'll give some love, you know what I'm saying? 229.59 gets love. 229.38 gets love. I don't think we trade out of this range today, personally. I do not. I do not think we trade out of this range today. Not while we're together. Maybe after the clock is on the wall, ski ski, boom boom, whatever. Then yeah. And over here, it feels super duper upside. Boy, feels super upside. So I don't know what's cracking with them. I do not know what's cracking with them. Let me see you. You keep failing at 6,300. All right. Shoot. Over here on the NASDAQ, it feels more up than down. Over on gold, same, more up than down. On the ES, which is so disgusting, it feels more down than up. And then on the bonds, it feels like we are in a fight and we're waiting to see who's going to win. And winners to me are proclaimed above 114.13 or below 113.29. Everything inside of there is just people talking about what they want to talk about, just noise. Does this make sense to everybody? If you're
Yes.
on,
Makes sense.
you're on gold and you're buying up here, hey, just know it can turn on you. You really want to just be patient, you know? You really do. New hour, born green too. I would have wanted this hour to start down. I don't like the fact that it's up here first. Maybe we'll see what they, like if eating the tail was a thing and getting back, maybe the buyers are just exuberant. Maybe they really just want to stretch. And that would be cool. I'm not mad. Something above 39 or something. And then you go 39, 42, 45. You pick up some cash. If they let you in again, maybe you can buy something a little bit lower, like 33. That would be cool. I'm going to do this.
Order submitted.
I want to hear when that happens. I need to start hearing things on Zigold. What about NASDAQ? Yeah, I said you'll turn green for a little while, but you should turn red. And I got you there. I want to hear that, and I want to hear. I think the 65 is a good place to listen out. Listen out for 65. That's pretty cool. And on the bonds, bonds have played with my funky emotions straight up. They touched 29. What time did that happen? 7:50? How did I miss it? Oh, I moved my order down to show the overnight low to Olu. Yeah, 29 is a vibe. I like that. That's an hourly thing. Did anybody catch the 29s long on the bonds?
Nah, Jay, I was waiting on 28, man. I missed it. I
Ooh,
know, I know,
ooh, ooh.
I know. I'm hoping that 7 hit or that 8.
Yep, yep, yep. I'm wondering if when they go up there this time, they mean business up there, because they're giving us nothing, nothing to work with, nothing, nothing, nothing. To me, it's like, wasn't yesterday so fun, guys? So what are we going to do today, Mama? I don't know. You got your books from the library, and we're just going to sit at the house today, Like you don't see a big, beautiful move. You see them chilling today, at least to the afternoon, like you don't see a decision. You sell the tops, buy the bottoms, and wait. You're playing that kind of game. I still feel that way. Let me see if I go to the fives. I want to hear. No, seven is cool. I'll listen now. And if it happens again, let me hear 114 double O.
Order submitted.
If okay, everything else is cool. It's 15 minutes till the open. I really just kind of relax after looking at the market for so long. It's very good for me to kind of look away. I typically take off my shoes from running in the morning and exercising. By this time, the condensation is usually off the windows. And that's cracking. Um, so that's good. And then I'll take questions. If anybody has any questions about anything, market, setup, anything like that, please let me know. And by the way, we'll be at this very same link tonight. Same link tonight. If you want to take this beautiful ride, inventory as a voting system cohort 11. I can't say enough about how amazing inventory as a voting system is and what it's done for my trading, my consistency, my ability to see the market, my ability to make money on demand, and even my ability to explain what is happening to people, um, just so that they don't have to feel as lost as they felt in the markets. Aside from inventory being a great course, I think where we are politically, where we are socially, it's very important that we find ways to make money that is independent of others' opinions. Listen to me very, very carefully when I talk about this. I used to be a musician full time. That's what I did. I played keyboards and I sang. I'm really good at piano and I'm really good at singing when I try. And I would be the best at the audition, except I didn't have the look. Somebody knew that I had everything necessary, but I didn't have the look, so I couldn't get the gig.
That's so triggering.
Say it again. What's up, Josh?
I said that's so triggering.
That is so triggering, isn't it? We
Yeah.
don't have the look. I don't even know what the look is. I'm gonna be wearing black and I'm gonna be on the front of the stage most of the time. What is the look? Whatever that meant, maybe I didn't wear the right glasses, or I didn't wear black enough in my regular life, or I didn't know who the big homie was, and the big homie didn't tell him that I'm the one. Whatever that meant. I've not gotten the gig that I had the right to be on multiple times. When someone won't allow you to make money, it's a dangerous thing. 50 Cent got this line. He said, "You getting money? I can't get none with you then. I'm not the type to get knocked for DWI." Anybody know this record? So, we're getting to a place in technology where influencers are digital. So like being pretty and being cute and being handsome and being in shape don't even really get you the brand deal no more. We're getting to this point where when we get a big document, we give it to a computer so it can read it and give us the bullet points. So like being a secretary, being a reader, being any sort of administrative help is tough. We're getting to a point where even agency work is tough. Like now people are always in my DMs, "Hey, I do social media marketing, I do this." And I'm like, bro, why? I have an innate in automation and something like that. And I just tell it to make a post and it makes a post. The post has got my voice, it's got how I look, it's already wrote a script. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the landscape is changing. After a little while, there won't be bus drivers inside of the buses. If you don't have a way to make money by yourself for yourself when you decide, it can, it can get really tight out here for you. It can get really tight really quickly. I've seen this before in my life. I've seen this before. And the last place I saw it very, very vividly, I had a cousin who worked for the toll plaza, and she always worked on the Don Shula. This is right by, if you in where I'm from South Dade County. So the Don Shula is the A74. The A74 had a toll plaza just when you get through 117th Avenue. If you're from Miami, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There was a toll plaza there, and you used to have to drive through, and you would give the person $1, and they would give you back 25 cents. Where have all the toll workers gone? Some of them had kids in college. Some of them just got the job, and before you know it, the job's gone. Job is totally gone. Just the whole job gone. Just everybody.
Yeah, I live in Florida and I often wonder as well when I'm on the highways.
What happened to those people?
Yeah, yeah.
They had car notes.
Yeah.
Those people literally, those were adults with car notes and real bills.
Mm-hmm.
And one day they said, hey, we we not doing toll plazas no more. Cashiers at grocery stores. Sean, that's another one. You know one that's really crazy? At the airport, they're getting rid of TSA. Mark my words. Mark them now. Mark my words.
Yep.
You're gonna go to the airport, they're gonna scan your face. Everybody gonna have a face scan. If your face gets scanned and they let you in, the door's gonna open up, you're gonna go inside. You're gonna put your palm on this glass thing. They're gonna make sure that that's really you with your palm. Then
Similar to Disney World.
that's what's about to get cracking. So if you don't have a way to make money, like you might say, okay, well, I'm a barber. That's cool. You still need clippers and customers to make money. Well, I play in the NFL. That's cool. You still need a team, a television, and you need a stadium. What happens when no one can afford to watch a game? What happens? It's just thoughts. So I tried my best to become independent and to make money independently. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. So that way I don't have to really worry about anybody telling me what I can and cannot do at any given time. Um, I told you all that the NASDAQ would probably track a little higher after selling off of that little sweet 230.62, I think it was, or 230.60. Yeah, it was 230.65. I said we'll sell that for a little while and then it'll turn and go the other way. So the NASDAQ longs are kind of doing pretty well pre-market. That means that the ES 6300s are doing pretty well back at fives. I told you that fives would sell, what, like 25 minutes ago? We still haven't gotten up to fives and sevens. So fives are selling, double O's are buying on the ES. Gold is, did I get targets on gold? I think I got to a buy target. I got to the 30, yeah, 33, 32.8. We made it there. I'm going to put myself in as a buyer now to watch.
Order filled.
So far, we're making money. Anybody made money so far yet? Anybody?
Yes.
So far, we're making
I
money.
took that NASDAQ sell earlier when you said it was a classic inventory, in and out.
You was probably a little bit late. You was probably 5 points late for it, but it went to the downside a little bit for you. Went back to the open and popped
I was
off
in and out.
3041s. The 23041s are doing a fantastic job, and they're challenging the overnight high right now with the amount of volume that's sure to flood the market off the open of the indexes in a few minutes. We're gonna probably end up breaking the overnight high. Any questions about anything? Any questions? Anybody coming to the thing tonight? Y'all coming at 8 o'clock? We're gonna have a good time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
Very, very good. Some people were worried that they were getting a spam call, like you got a call and it was like, hey, you got a special gift from Jay. Anybody got that call? It's not a spam call. That's me calling, trying to make sure everybody knows. Trying to make sure everybody knows. It's a minute before they open. I'm gonna share my screen again. I appreciate y'all for hanging out for a little while. Let's have some fun. Do me a favor, the link for tonight, share it with 3 people that you care about. Okay. If you find do you all think that this room is good? Put a Y in the chat box or say yes.
Absolutely. No.
Without
Definitely.
question.
Somebody said no.
Yes.
No, it's
Somebody said no.
not just good. Awesome.
Somebody said no, it's awesome. So do me a favor. Don't treat it like a pot of gold. Treat it like a movie or a restaurant. When people find a pot of gold, they don't tell anyone where it is. When people find a good restaurant, they tell people where it is. You see what I'm saying? Don't treat it like a pot of gold. Don't treat this room like that. The purpose of the room is that it is shared with people. Okay? This upside to me is good. The 231.01 on the NASDAQ. If they want to take it there, if they want to take it there on the ES, it'll be something like 63.12. I think that this open can easily go there. When we get to 231.01, I'm expecting sellers. The sellers are doing a little bit better than I thought that they would do. I need to check the 4 hour of gold. 4 hour on gold. What you doing, homeboy? Come on now. 32. You got to do something. You can't. You got to buy now. If you don't buy, what you gonna
Hey,
do?
Jay, let me in your mind, Jay. What you long NASDAQ? I mean long ES, short NASDAQ?
Oh, I'm just in my brain. I'm telling myself what they feel like for me. What they feel like. So I saw a 60 trace, 63 double O long was easy to see. But when I first came to the NASDAQ, the first trade that I saw was 230.66 short or 230. It was like something like a 65. It was something short. So that was maybe 25 minutes ago. And that short was really easy to see. Um, so it's not like I have differing opinions. I just, just being, when I'm trading with you guys, I like to be in a trade because it makes me more active. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like say if I wasn't in anything, then I would just be staring at candles. But seeing the numbers, to me, it makes my brain go risk on. So now I'm way more like, what's going on? What's happening? Okay, why, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be way more attentive because if not, I'll be pretty like, I'll be chilling. You know what I'm saying? I would be very, very relaxed if I didn't have positions on. So I just put those on so I'll know what's going on. Like, hey, gun to your head, Jay, choose buy or sell right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when I choose it, I'll say something like, hey, NASDAQ, it should turn green first, but I expect it to turn very red after that. There's space for this to go up as high as 231.01. Or, hey, if you take the 6300s, a five is where they're going to start pushing back. So don't buy it at five because it'll come down again. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm buying, I'm always just trying to stay active, stay present. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult for me to stay present as a trade room leader if I don't see numbers moving. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Jay,
then,
can you hear me?
I'll narrate the whole way. I'll try my best to kind of like narrate what it is I see. The 230.34 downside, there are buyers there for real. They're 5 minute ones. I'm not as you know what I'm saying? This looks really, really good in my opinion. It looks really, really good for the sellers now. I knew that we would go to the upside off the open first and then down, but I didn't think it would be the same candle. It's almost like, let me get long here
Order filled.
just so I can feel that. I think that this long will probably, I think 230.22 is a real buyer. So the sellers on the NASDAQ are getting to a place where real buyers are. Same thing on the ES. I think 6304 is a buyer, a real one. And somebody's got to do something about it. 6304.50 to be specific. Gold is starting to rise here. I felt like 32 could make it do something. They had to kind of tighten up there. I really want to see the reaction that 32 has. I would read it on a 5 minute chart, and I would see whether or not they're gonna do what they say they're gonna do. And it's not good that the sellers pushed down to 32 one time and we're already back. They pushed down here 10 minutes ago and we're like back already. That's not good. Terrible, in fact, you know? So buyers look like they could get whooped.
Order
here
filled.
comes a buy, 230.24. If you take it, I would take it and cover it quickly. They'll probably revisit it twice and then we go up. So if you take that NASDAQ long, no problems. We were already in the 6,300s on the ES. So, okay, so here we go. You want to get through these 230.34s, that's good. And even get to, so targets, if you took the long 230.20, first target is 230.34, second target 230.41. And it's a selling market. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, I'm wondering what these fools are gonna do on the indexes. But if I had to guess, because of the magnificent open that they just had, yeah, they want to sell some more. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, they want to sell some more. So I would almost take like a buy stop market.
Order submitted.
If I had to flip it, I'd do something like this. And over here, let's say we'll sell out one now if I'm in too long. So here's targets 230.41.
Order submitted.
Get that before it runs.
Order filled.
Okay, second target, I'm gonna set it with a reverse. I want to see, like, I would cover it, but I want to see if they can make it up here to 230.64.75.
Order submitted.
To me, I want to see if they can do that. I'll even give them a couple ticks. You know what I'm saying? Even a 60. I want to see if they can get up there. They playing with the 113.29s. T West, you got filled on that one that time? Anybody got 29s filled? They playing with them.
No, Jay, I'm still at 28, man. They keep skipping me.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
They keep skipping me, man.
Hey, hey. It looks like it's gonna get vicious out there. Let's see what's afoot now. The first move was good, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we go to the upside and then we sell off very, very aggressively. Very, very aggressively. First candle. And then you would look for things like 230.41 to start selling. Hey, maybe even a little higher, Then on the ES, you're looking for 6307 to sell. Um, you're looking for stuff like that. I think the O fours could stand in the way just lightly. 6304.75 could be in the way of the progress there. So maybe the buyers want to get a little higher. And in my opinion, I want them to personally, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have to. They don't owe us that. You see what I'm saying? So if you buy the 230.22, you're up maybe 300-400 bucks. If you multi-contract, I would take a target. And if you're single contract, I would take a target. One contract, take a target. You might say, "Oh, Jay, but I'm gonna get out." Yeah, you get out with money. You make 300 bucks in a minute. That's better than lawyers, doctors, um, dope boys. You're doing really, really well for yourself. You know what I'm saying? 300 bucks in a minute. You hope that it would get higher. So maybe you would do something like put your target up and then you cover. That's cool too. That's very, very cool too. But I'm gonna tell you, 230.41 has a right to sell. A real right. And if it sells, you can't be mad if it sells through your entry and stop you out. You can't be mad. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody feel me on that? Down has a right. We don't have a right to 230.41 until we whoop them, and we ain't whooped them yet. Longs are starting to pay attention at 32. Did anybody grab the gold at 32? I told you we were long. Here are your targets along the way. You're not going to like it because they're everywhere, right? I like 35. I like 38. Okay, these are your targets along the way. I like 38. Then 39 is the one. Hey, that's the big one we gotta beat. If we beat 39, then King, ding dong, the witch is dead. We're doing great. But it's not guaranteed, okay? 'Cause the people who we buying against, they're real. 'Cause the people who we buying against, they're real. 'Cause the people who we buying against, they're real. 'Cause the people who we buying against, they're real. 'Cause the people who we buying against, they're real. 'Cause the people who we buying against, they're real.
So if it goes above 39, you're buying, right? On the
Oh
call.
man, I'm buying now, but if we goes
Oh,
to
okay.
above 39, I'm like, hee, I know
Okay.
I'm good. I know I'm good. I'm super good above 39. It's gonna be a tough road ahead, you know. It's gonna be some bumbling and stumbling. There's no news to tell anybody what to do. We have a speaker at 10 Eastern, and I think we have some oil stuff at 10:30. So it's no news, quote unquote. But the buying is looking good on gold. It looks like if you want to, and you have at least a $300 risk tolerance per trade, you can purchase gold again, 3335.8. Um, hey, good job for y'all. Give it up for the sellers on the NASDAQ and the ES, not letting them get any higher. NASDAQ didn't let them above 230.41. That's really good. ES didn't let them above 6304.75. That's really, really good. Proud of those guys. Let's see if they can keep it up. Again, this candle. It says that, to me, this candle says it can revisit the downside. You know, it says it can, but it's a war and like a little battle here. We see which way they want to go. ES is telling me that down is going to be more favorable than up, at least for the first half of this candle. So that'll happen. If you bought those 3336s on gold, you're probably in the 3336.2. If it dances there for you, don't worry. You'll be all right. I feel like you'll be okay. Um, Bonds, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like 29 long. 29 long, bro. 29 long. Hey, if you took that gold trade, you need at least a $400 risk tolerance per trade because that 36 can go down to 33 again. I'm trying to make sure these calls are very clear so everybody's understanding. Is everybody understanding what's going on?
Hey, that 39 you got on gold right now, that 39.7, that's your target, or that's a real sell.
It's just another seller that I see above. I will use it as a target in this situation. I will. I will use it as a target. There's the 32s again. I told you, if you get into that 36, you know it can do it again. Just so you know, you got to have a little bit of gas in the tank before you have a free and clear day. Gold is herky jerky and back and forth once, you know, it's that sort of thing. So. Hey, 6301 is doing better than I thought it would this time. Let's see what they're going to do. The ES is doing pretty good. If you were short 6304.75, you want to cover that. Right now, I'm calling both longs and shorts on each instrument depending on what people do. Because I know sometimes I'll say buy and you all will sell it. Right? I get
That's
it.
definitely me.
Okay, I'll say sell and you guys will buy it. So I'm trying to tell you what you want to see no matter what. So if you're 230.22 long, you want to see us above 230.41. And if you're 230.41 short, you should have taken targets just now when we touched 230.22. You're out of pocket if you try and think it's going to go any further right now. You don't have that say so. You don't have that say so. Gold people who took the 36, you're going to break your neck if you try and hold it longer than that. If you need to get stopped out, take the stop. Everybody say take the stop.
Take the stop.
Take
Take
the
the
stop.
stop.
Right? The
Take the
real
stop.
buyers were at 30, at 32. 32s made it to 37 and a half, and it's a war zone in there. It's a war zone in there, and a winner has not been declared. It is a war zone in there. Take the stop if you got to. It's better. It's literally called a stop loss. Anybody want their losses to keep going or you want them to stop?
You want them to stop.
Use the stop loss. That's how you stop it. That's it. Simple. "44 minutes after the hour." let's start talking about what we had. ZB, we've had 29 1,000 times. So 29 long has played. To me, 29 double O is about all it had. I know it went higher the first time and the second time, but that's all I'm going to count. We were short. NASDAQ. NASDAQ had a lot of attention. ES had some attention too. I think ES we had 6,300 double O to 6,305. That was pretty easy to see. Jesus, gold, stay on the screen at least. Idiot. NASDAQ, we had 22, 230, 22 to 41. And then I had the 41s, 230, 41 short. Back. First target on those 41s. Like this is like they're declaring sort of like it's a torn situation right now, but the downside is looking really good on the NASDAQ, not as good as it looks on the ES. Did anybody catch that second ES short from 6307 or oh 06? I know I said it.
No. Order fell.
Missed it, Jay.
They played it backwards, like out of position. The ES goes back up to the 6307, bottom of the ORT. The ES, the NASDAQ stays low, never goes back to the 230.60. This is a buyer right here. This is a zone. So they're touching the back door. Well, I can't talk too crazy. They're touching the 230.13s right here. I'm expecting those to buy. And maybe then you'll get like a more pure sell of 6306.
Order submitted.
Do that. And then at this point, you know, like I want to see what happens. I'm going to put a buy stop at 230.35.
Order submitted.
To me, this could be the one like you ever been trying to buy and then you get stopped out, but then it goes up and buys exactly the way you thought it was going to. I think that little thing right there was the second buyer. Did anybody buy this 230.12? I know I had it listed. Don't sell. Use this as a buy stop.
Order canceled.
I want to buy stop.
Order submitted.
Just want to hear that. Here comes a 6306.75. What I think is it'll work for a second and then it'll fail and we'll be going higher on the ES.
Order filled.
That gold upside, psych your mind, make your booty shine at 33.37. Them boys hit the button on us, didn't they? They hit the button. Jeez Louise. Okay, so that sixes are in. Those sixes, in my opinion, look like they can go higher. So I would take them and I would cover fairly quickly. Like I would cover fairly quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't trust them or love them or anything like that. I would watch and see if the NASDAQ can get below 230.12 and hold it. If that happens, your sixes have a really good chance of getting back to 6,300.
Order filled.
I still think you're going to be stupid, gold. I still think upside for you by the end of the day. I'm going to hold the upside, narrate it, and then at the end of the day, I think I want to be right. All right. I told you all on the NASDAQ is looking way more down than up. ES, not so much, but hey, we're selling the NASDAQ, the 230.41s. In my opinion, the next place that you wait for them to take a target is 229.82. All right, so the 231.40 first target was 22. Second target was 229.82. If you're short those sixes, 6306, you covered quick, they got you back to double O. Double O is real. So if you're single contract, like you got one contract, you might want to think about bringing your stop in and kind of like, keeping money in your hand versus kind of like watching it get lost. But if you're multi-contract, I would take a target at 6,300 and wait and see what happens next. With this buy target on NASDAQ 229.81 or whatever this is, or 82, it is underneath the first place I'm thinking. So I'm thinking 229.89. You see this yellow line? They could push back here. I just don't think that they're going to push back so hard as to change the momentum of the day. I think that down is pretty well, kind of in. It's been 20 minutes. They open to the upside, go down to the downside. We saw that kind of happening. The downside holds for a little while. The buyers aren't able to get it back to anywhere respectable. So, the sellers keep going lower. Fine. On gold, what did we have? I think I sold it. The what was it? 33.37 to 33.32 was the first one. I get long at 32s. 32s pay me again up to the first target at 35. I call 36 long for latecomers. It blows up in my hand down to 32. So we give some of that bread back. That was a 400 loss in the face. And I ain't called nothing on there since. What else did we have? I think that's it. Oh, the second call on ES, I had 6306 down to 6300. I have to take good records because if I don't, then y'all will say I'm lying and that it's not true. I have to take very copious records of trade room totals. And we've been doing that throughout the year. You'll see all of our totals for all of the days traded. So far this month, we've up to yesterday. The first was $1,945. That was Sam on a Tuesday. The second was Monez, $1,400. The third was me on a Thursday, $2,900. The fourth was a holiday. The fifth and sixth were Saturday and Sunday. And then the seventh was $2,165 of calls. The eighth was $2,827 worth of calls. And the ninth was $3,087 worth of calls for a total month to date trade room calls of $14,324. Take the trade, take the stops. You'll make money here. You really will. You'll make money. Just take the trades, take the stops. You'll make money. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
Where most people really don't want to respond because when you tell people the truth about something, it's almost like, I ain't made that much money. You can go back. We on film. We got that. Okay, we got our second target, the 229.82s. Everybody remembers me saying 230.41 short, right? We do remember this. On the NASDAQ, we do remember this?
Absolutely, yes.
Does everybody remember
Yes.
me saying 6306 short? We do remember this, right?
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay. The 82 should push back a little bit. You should get a little pushback from here. Should get a little pushback from here. And what I think is that this pushback is a good pushback. Maybe we go a little bit lower, 229.59, but they're gonna push here and the push should be real. We should be able to kind of get back above some other stuff. Okay. Gold, yeah, forget about it. The bonds finally got the 113.29s to go ask, so everybody's got their fill at the 113.29s. Guess what? Would not buy the 28s. I'm gonna say it out loud. I would not buy the 28s at all. I wouldn't touch them. I would not even a little bit. I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch them. I would not touch. I would not touch them. I wouldn't buy 29 again. I wouldn't buy 28 again. I wouldn't. No, 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 I wouldn't do it. For what? For what? Why? Nope, wouldn't do it. Nope, nope. Hey, T West, how you doing? Hey, just between me and you, I wouldn't touch the 28th. Wouldn't touch him. I wouldn't touch him, not even a little bit. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no, no. No, no. For what? For what? For what? No, no. I wouldn't do it, man. For what? Why? Who? For what? Man, don't do it. I wouldn't buy them. Did everybody heard what I think about the 113.28s on the bonds? Everybody heard my commentary? Are we good?
Yes.
That is the end of my take.
Absolutely.
That
I
is-
think we good.
Um,
Don't
you
buy 'em.
guys probably feel like maybe unsatisfied today. Maybe you got your trade, maybe you didn't. I don't know. Maybe a little unsatisfied. I hope you don't feel unsatisfied. Um, the market's going to be sleepy for the next maybe 10 minutes or so. It'll be sleepy. The indexes. The bonds, oh boy, they're going to sell, I think. And gold is going to keep on trickling down, selling it from 27s. I think they're trying to get down to 22 now, in my opinion. They didn't come back to a place where I would have sold them from. I really wanted something like 31. If they were gonna like front on me from 32, then I was gonna take the 32s and go the other way with it. Never quite came back to a place that I could appreciate, so I never called it. Right here, you could be like one of those people, like you start buying and selling right now, you're gonna get chopped up on the indexes. You see what I'm saying? So like if you're like, oh well, I'm gonna buy it or I'm gonna sell it. Whatever you do, just do it fast. Like if you sell it, take your target, make your money, get out of there. Because down here it could turn and go the other way. Go the other way. I'm looking at a like an overused 113.29 support level. If we get underneath it, it'll cave. This is like our 8th time being at this level. It was the overnight low. We've not traded to the upside adequately today. Time is about 2.5 hours after market open for for um, the bonds. Right here is, I think you're going to start seeing like opposing stuff starting to happen. So you're seeing wicks below the bodies of candles starting to kind of come in too. I think they kind of, slow up and we start trying to go the other way. 6,300 is real. I won't count against them until they give me the ability to count against them. I won't. And on the NASDAQ, this is where real buyers are. I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart just to check them again. Make sure I feel nice and confident. Yeah, as low as 38, but this is all their home. 74 to 39. And it's 2 more minutes left. We can flip this thing if they hold on. We'll see. If nobody can push them up, then we'll finish selling for the rest of the day on the 4-hour. We got 2 more minutes left until we see this. Did everybody make money or is anybody in the red? Is the 22 on gold? 22s can go the other way. So I'll watch out for 22 and 19 to turn gold into a buyer. The 229.38s are starting to come in. This is like super low. Did I get? They got to me and didn't fill me. Did anybody get filled on the 229.38s on the NASDAQ? Nobody.
Off by 2 ticks. Nope, didn't feel.
It touched me. It didn't feel me though. These people are real. I wouldn't play with them. We have one more minute, and what I believe can very, very well happen is if they want to, they can kind of keep selling for the rest of the morning. Um, the bonds keep knocking on the 28's door. You see that? 28 trying to buy, can't get out. Now they just put the nail in the coffin on the 29s. You would have to be selling those now. And now here comes 29, 28, 27 next candle. Um, bro, gold is still searching. I think gold is going to start looking for 19s this candle. Wouldn't be surprised if they go 21 to 19. Um, it looks like they will. Now we got a new hour. Let's go read all the new hourly candles. See what's going on. We should see a big red candle on all of the indexes. Oh, yeah, big red candle. We're at a place where buyers definitely reside. So you can probably let them get as low as 229.23, and then I would really start pumping the brakes on thinking that the sellers are just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Let me put one right there so I can feel it. I would, really, the goal line is here 229.23. I like, at least for the first half an hour of this next hour, we should be trying to make some of this foolishness up. And to me, this hour, it would feel really good to target 229.60, 229.74 as long targets if you get long and you see the reversal. Gold just went 21 to 19 like I told you it would. Did anybody take the gold short?
Yo, I'm waiting at 16. You think by the time
You
we
always doing that. I told you to take 21 to 19. What are you doing? You
yeah,
always waiting. What you waiting on? Pull the trigger. The trade was 21.19. That's your third day. Why you waiting? You waiting on a big reversal? Don't reverse it. Go with the flow. They showed you that they were serious underneath 32. If you didn't catch the drift, the first candle, the second one, when the buyers thought they had some sauce at 33.27 and was pushing back, the third one showed you that they ain't had no sauce. You see what I'm saying? Don't trade the market you want to trade. Trade the market, the one that's in front of you. They selling gold. If you wait at 16 for a buy, you can get your hand blown off. For what?
yeah,
For
that's
what?
that's what I was going to ask you.
Be expedient. Don't just be lawful, dog. Be expedient. Be expedient. That's your third day. Waiting outside of the money for a counter. For what?
That's facts. That's
That's
facts.
your third day. I don't want you to do that no more. Trade was 21 and 19. Let's pick up $200. It's going to take us 30 seconds. Let's do it. Easy money. Easy money. Easy money. Hey, you bonds 29 short. Let's get 29 on the 25. It'll make us $125. Easy money. Easy. 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 230.41 short was the vibes. I sure called it. First target, seconds, and thirds, all the way down. Let's just go with the flow. Because if we fight the flow, it's like one ant standing in front of a herd of buffalo saying, "Today's my day." It makes for great stories on Hallmark and Netflix. In real life, Rocky Balboa doesn't win. In real life, Rocky Balboa doesn't win. He only wins in the movies. Listen to me. I'm going to say this real, like one time. Look at my face, everybody. In real life, Rocky Balboa doesn't win. In real life, he gets knocked out. That is a movie. You got to go with the flow. That's the expedient thing to do. All of the counter trenders, if you're a counter trender, say me or type me in the chat. Say me or type me in the chat.
Me.
Me.
Oh, it's only 3 of y'all? Cool. All the rest of y'all that's lying.
Me.
Me. Me.
Me
All the rest of y'all
sometimes.
that's lying. It's I get it. I get it.
Me.
Me.
I get it. When I tell you I get it, I get it. That's me.
Me.
Everybody wants to see David beat Goliath. Because what it does is it validates in our minds that we have a chance, we have a shot. All we have to do is stand up. That's a story. That's a story. Not David and Goliath, but it's a story that we tell in folklore. David definitely whooped Goliath, but in real life, let me tell you, if you don't have the power of God, you're going to lose to Goliath. And God ain't in this market. He don't care. You could pray all you want to that it keep going up. It don't matter what you pray. It don't matter. How many people ever prayed for a candle to go in one direction or the other?
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
God wasn't in there. That's you. That's you. God ain't in there. That ain't where he at. He ain't over there. He don't care. He doesn't. He doesn't. He told me the other day. He don't care. There are rules. That's like praying that you don't fall once you jump from a building. How stupid would that be? Pastor, he jumped from the fourth floor and said, Lord, help me on the way down. Y'all pray for my son. He in the ICU right now. That's how that's going to go. That's testimony at church. You can't pray against the rules. You can't pray against the rules. You can't pray against the rules. Those are the rules. Guess what? The market was going down. What should we do? Buy it or sell it?
Sell.
Sell it.
Sell.
Sell.
Sell it.
So
The market is going up.
Sell it.
What should we do? Buy it or sell it?
Buy
Buy
it.
it.
Buy it.
Put that in your mind. Write it down. Get a tattoo. It's one tattoo. It's gonna hurt for 35 minutes and it'll remind you for a lifetime what to do. Every time you stand in the mirror at your house, you'll see the tattoo. Sell with the sellers, buy with the buyers. You know what I'm saying? Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Let's tally up the bread. We got 29. I'm gonna share. I know I had 29 to double O for 3 ticks, and then I had 29 short to 25. 29 to 25. That one hasn't happened. We're trading 28s right now. Got really close, got to 26, but it hasn't happened yet. So we can't count ourselves in or out. We can only count the 3 points. That's $93.75 on the bonds. Woohoo! On NASDAQ, dear God, said that it will open to the upside, then start selling down. Then I basically narrated all of the buys and sells on the way down. So I said, hey, buy 230.22, but you can only get as high as 230.41. And if you're in the 230.41s, all you want to do is see it underneath those 22s. Anybody remember this whole moment? Anybody remember me like literally narrating them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
Yes.
we got
Yes.
to 229.89, and I was like, oh, this is a preliminary target. It'll bounce up a bit, but we're going to get targets down at 82. So 41 down to 82 is 18 plus 41. 18 plus 41 is 59 ticks. As a sell call and as a buy call, I had 22 to 41. 22 to 41 is 22 to 30 is 19. So what is that? 59 and 19 is 78. 78 points call. 78 times 4. Does anybody know that number? 32. 28 and 3.
312.
Yeah, so then we have 312 times $5 because every one is a tick. So that's a 0 and a 1. 5 times 1 is 1, and 1 is 6, and 5 times 3 is 15. So I got $1,560 worth of calls on the NASDAQ. Am I right? Did I get it right? Somebody check my math, make sure we're good.
Yeah, that's correct, Jake. That's right.
Okay. So 1,560 where the NASDAQ calls, 93.75 where the ZB calls. Let's move to the ES. The ES call, that last 6, that was like one of the smoothest ones.
Call is still going.
Yeah. Let's it's crazy. Yeah, that was smooth. I think you should stop buying and selling it now. Like I do believe in the buyers making good for the first half of this hour. So if you want to hold on to some money, target out, whatever. But I had 6,300 to 6,305, and then that 6,306 short. All we wanted was something underneath 6,300, but let's say we just call it back down. So 5 points when we bought 6,300 up to 05, and 6 points when we sold 6,300 back down to when we sold 6,306 back down to 6,300. So that's 11 points. I'm good at ES math. 11 points is $550 because 11 times 4 is 44. And 44 times $12.50 would end up being $550. Check my math on that. 11 points, 11 times 4 is 44. And what's 40?
Yep, that's 550, Jay. You right.
All right, cool. In gold, I got my hand blown off once. That sucked. That was terrible. The 36 long to try and help the buyers get back to the upside because I was like, oh, this is the time we're gonna go to 37 and beat the 39s. I was like so into it. And so I called it 36 long and it went down to 32 and blew my hand off. Eee, that kind of stings. But on gold, we had first we went 37 down to 32. Then we went 32, first target 35. Then we bought 36s and got blown up. And then we sold 21s down to 19 last call. If you caught those 19s, I think you might be holding on to a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. I think you might be. But we'll see. If the 33 19s can't go back up to 38 and put a dent in those guys, then all is lost. So first trade was 5 points. Second trade was 3 points. The third trade, that's 8 points total. The third trade, I lose 4 points. So 8 points minus 4 points is 4 points after that one. The last trade was pick up another 2 points. So I ended up with 6 points called on the not on gold. And 6 points is $600. $600 on gold. Right now, the second bonds trade is finally going to work. That took a while. So instead of it being just 29 to 00, I think now I'm going to get my 29 to 25 for another 125. Let's see if they'll give it to me. We'll put a little question mark beside it and see if we can get it. For now, did anybody go long gold at 33.19? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody?
I did.
I think you might have the tiger by the toe. You might have the tiger by the toe. Yeah, it was a part of our order set. You want to see them get back to 32 and back above it. But if they do that, I have full confidence that they can get back to 39s. You might have the one, if you're a single contract, I want to teach you how to manage this trade so bad. 27s, 31s, 32s, 39s. That's what you got to do. Okay. So if you got that 19, you got them. Move
Okay.
stop to 21, 22. Are you live or are you in a combine?
Combine,
Okay. 50K, 100K, 25K.
25K.
Oh, you're about to pass. You need to stop because they won't let you pass in one day.
No, I'm in micros.
Okay, you're in the micros.
Yes.
Okay. This is Tiff.
This is Tiffany. Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
You know how to manage this trade. I don't have to. You're in inventory, so you're good.
Yes. Thanks, Jay.
You're good to go.
She nasty, Jay. She nasty.
Hey, look. And a fantastic mom. Can you believe it? She sit right there. Tiff is the first person I know that really got dressed to come to inventory every morning. It was so impressive. She doesn't even know I know this about her. Every morning she was dressed like it was a real business job.
Thank you, Jay.
I was like, yo, this is impressive. I'm totally in my PJs. No lie. She's like, makeup, hair, kids are like coming up. Hey, mom, love you so much. You're such an amazing mom. I'm just so glad I got assigned to you from heaven. She's like, oh, no worries, children. All of your food is already prepared. And she was taking notes. Really, really cool. Really, really cool to see. Um, let's add them up. Somebody tell me what is 9375 plus 1560 plus 550 plus 600. Anybody know what that is?
12,085. Wait a
No,
minute. No, I'm sorry. No, 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 no.
1285?
1,000. No, I'm off. I hit a zero, hit extra zero.
Okay, okay. No, no, no. I was about to say, I did 12 grand a day. I quit. I'm gone. One contract, 12 grand. I quit. I'm gone. I'm about to go trade somewhere on an island. That would have been my new PR. I think that would be my 1 day PR, like 12 grand. I think I had like my one, we were talking about this in a jovial way amongst mentors, but I think my PR is something like just above 10 grand in a day. That's the most I've ever called in a day. Something like that.
I don't know, Jay. You say Jovi. I say it got heated, brother.
It's because your kids want to try and act like they can whoop you. I take you to the sling you on your neck, singing inside of your mama. Now, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I'll get serious. I don't want to get serious.
I
What
mean,
y'all should really
people wanted to
hear.
go behind the woodshed and all that. I'm like, oh man, this thing's getting brutal.
What you should really hear is how many trades I didn't call today. That's how many. It was a whole lot of at least 12 that I saw and just didn't call them. I didn't call double O short. But if you go back and watch the YouTube video, you'll hear me say, okay, 29 again, we'll get what, as high as double O maybe? Yeah, go back. I'm telling you, it's a lot of trades I don't call. So I added everything up, $2,803.75. Did anybody get something different than that? And that's counting the loss on gold, which was disappointing. I told you all that these buyers down here were real. And if you're going to target the upside, once again, you're on the NASDAQ, on the ES. Hey, man. Hey, I pointed at two things. I pointed at 229.60 and I pointed at 229.74. So you are where targets are. This is where sellers do have a right to sell. This message is brought to you by Y100 and the New Times. Same for the ES. Don't go up here all willy-nilly. That's still sixes and fives. They still who they said they were. No lie. On gold, you remember I told you about 31. So we're at 33, 31 double O. 31 is real. These are real people. They can do real damage. If you're gonna try and go against them, they're real. If you're in a combine, I think you should trade differently than if you're live. If you're in a combine, combine is not can you trade. A combine is can you run away from the drawdown. So every dollar you make, you want to keep it because you don't want your profit to go up $500, but you only get $300 out of that trade because your drawdown got $200 closer to you. You know what I'm saying? You really want to play the game of evade. So, like you say, you Tiff, if you're in that joint, you know what I'm saying? I would lock away a little more. Like I would advance the stop a little bit more. Um, Try and keep some of the bread, make sure we don't lose none.
Okay, thanks, Jay.
If we made $2,803.75 today, I'm gonna add that to the $14,324 worth of calls so far. That means this month we've made $17,127.75. That's including the losses. Including the losses. On the Nasdaq, I did tell y'all that sellers are here. I won't count that, but if you sold the 964s, you're making some money now, ain't you? I can keep going all day. I'm gonna stop now. Does anybody have any questions? And is anybody in the red? Those are the two things I want to know.
Hey Jay, I'm in the red and I got some questions, to be honest.
Hey, Zach, how you doing? You're young, right? How old are you?
I just turned 30 in March.
Congratulations, man. Welcome to the 30 Club.
I appreciate you.
You married, got kids, anything like that?
No, I'm single. I'm a bachelor.
Okay, where you from?
I grew up in Portland. Currently in Seattle right now.
Beautiful town, great food.
Yeah, a lot of
Great,
good food out here.
lot of good food out there. A lot of rain too. How'd you do that?
I don't know. I really didn't like the rain coming up, but now I like it. I don't feel like I could live without it.
I remember seeing you a little bit before you decide you had your camera on. You're a black man with an afro, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
How did you end up in Portland, Oregon?
Well,
Where's your grandma from? I always wonder because black people that go to California, they grandmama from Louisiana.
uh,
Black
my
people who go to Chicago, they grandmama from Mississippi. Black people who in Miami, they grandmama from Georgia. Where your grandmama from?
both of them from Natchez, Mississippi.
From Mississippi? What they did, the Oregon Trail to get how they did that?
Well, when my parents got together, this was before I was born.
Well, obviously, you know.
There was a bridge being built out here in Oregon,
Uh-huh.
and my dad came out to work on that bridge, and I don't know, it was a lot of money that they were going to make, and they ended up staying out here, and so I was born out in Portland. So
Oh wow. So he took the trade. And if you're 30, then you were born in what, the 90s?
95.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That means you don't even remember Snoop Dogg and all that stuff. You
Nah.
remember snap your fingers, do your step. We can do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
So you
Exactly.
remember T-Pain and people from Atlanta. That's just
Yeah.
something for you. But your dad and your mom, they're in their what, 50s now?
Dad's in 60, 67, mom's 58.
Oh, player.
Right.
Tell Pops I say, what's good? Show me the playbook, big dog. Tell Pops, show me the playbook.
Man.
So big dog, 67. That means you did get some good music coming up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you got some good music. You got some good vibes in you.
Sing a little bit as
Cool,
well.
man.
Came up in the church and singing, so kind of like you.
Okay, you was doing your Easter speech,
A little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
I like that, bro. I like that. That's good, man. It's very good to meet you, Zach. I don't think I've ever met you before. So I'm
Yeah.
Jason, and I'm from Miami. My mom passed away, but my dad's still alive. He's actually a trader. Taught him how to trade too.
Oh, wow.
Uh, and of course, I'm married, got kids. I'm a little bit ahead of you though. I'm in my 40s. What am I now? I was born in 81, so I'm 44 now.
Okay.
Um, and same old, just raising these kids, taking care of life, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it easy. Trying to keep it easy, man. What
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been following you for a long time. My brothers, kind of introduced me to you probably about a
what's
year
your
and a half
brother?
ago. Larry. Do you know Larry?
Larry Floyd is your brother?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the real trader guy. That's my guy, man. Him and
Yeah.
his virtual computers. He got virtual computers everywhere.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But see, I was more on the trading side of it. I've probably been trying to trade for the last 4 or 5 years since I got out of school. So
Well, that means that you probably spent money on courses but you're young, so that means you thought you could do it by yourself on YouTube. So you try some stuff, it works and it doesn't. Then you try some other stuff, it works and it doesn't.
yes. Well, yeah, I did. Man, I feel like I've been everywhere.
Yeah, you probably have. You were 26. What do you expect?
Yeah. I mean, I got out of school, I was playing college football and I didn't I don't know, I kind of got gypped out of a degree.
I got you.
Um
What position did
and
you play?
I played running back.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Nice. Quick decision making.
Yes, sir. And I feel like that kind of hurt. I don't know. I don't know if it hurts me. I feel like it hurts me right now. Maybe because
Everything hurts and helps. So it just is what it is. I'm a musician and I live my life off of people clapping. It hurts and helps. Because now I had to work through the insufficiency of what happens when I sing well and people don't clap. Does that mean that my singing didn't matter? You know what I'm saying? So everything that makes you good also makes you bad. Everything has good and bad with it. You're a quick decision maker. And that's good because you know how to make a quick decision, but sometimes you turn the wrong way and get your ear pad blown out your head. So it happens.
yeah, absolutely.
How much you weigh? You look small.
Oh, right now I think I weighed in at 200 yesterday.
Oh, nah. So in college, you were what, 215?
I played at 208.
Ooh, 208 running back. That's
Yeah.
that's a problem coming downhill. Yeah. He didn't get hit around too bad, folks.
Yeah,
He was
nah.
all right out there. It didn't hurt him too bad. What are you
Yeah, I
like?
tried to make people
5'11", 6
miss.
foot?
And I'm 5'10".
Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got it.
I wasn't necessarily trying to run over you, but I mean I
Nah,
could
yeah,
if I
yeah,
needed
yeah.
to.
But you know
But
what I'm saying? You had a little meat on your bones. You was all
yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, you
A
was
little
all right.
bit, yeah. Um, but yeah, so I did that, and I kind of, yeah, like I said, I kind of had a weird exit out of school, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and then kind of got um, I had a good job, and then kind of got gypped out of that opportunity as well. So kind of floating around right now, trying to just figure myself out. But really, this is kind of been my dream or the goal um, the whole time. So kind of this is where I'm at right
I'm gonna
now.
tell you right now, this is not the goal. This is the tool to get to the goal.
Mhm.
Trading is never the thing. Trading is the thing that gets us to the thing. You see, what I wanted to do was be a more present dad. If I played music, I would miss nights and weekends. If my children were in school in the day, then that means I would support them, but I would not know them. That's what got me. So trading was the tool that I used to get to the thing. For me, that thing was being a more present dad. What I did not want was my little black kid up there getting her name called because she got an award and her black daddy wasn't standing up clapping, going, yay, 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 good job. That narrative in my brain, I didn't like that narrative. I did not like that. I did not like my kid receiving an award and no one clapping. I hated that. So, like, if they do an award ceremony, I'm gonna get a shower, a haircut, I'm gonna put on a suit, I'm gonna go, and when they call their name, I'm gonna clap a lot. I'm gonna stop by Walgreens or CVS on the way, and I'm gonna buy some of them $10 flowers that's right at the edge of the, you know, when you first walk into Walgreens, them little $10 flowers.
Yeah.
Wow. Every time I see them, I'm buying them, and I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna give them to the kid so that the kid knows that somebody's got their back. That was my thing. I never wanted students and it
All
was
right then.
never money. It was
Forex.
just that. That was my thing. You see what I'm saying? That was the thing for me. So you have a thing in your mind. We don't have to get into it now. You got questions though. What's your question?
Well, I mean, I kind of guess I wanted to get into it if you had the time, a little
Okay.
bit because I've been dealing with this for a while,
Mhm.
and my brother signed up for IAVAs. I watched it with him and kind of gotten a little bit of it from
Mhm.
you. I know a decent amount of it, but I don't know if it is. I feel like for me, it's psychological. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know if it's like self-sabotage or I have a an issue with I don't know. I don't know if it's like I don't know, like I can trade on a sim or just a regular combine.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like, the times that, I would say in the past weeks when you've done your free lives,
Mhm.
I've came in, I've done really well on the combines, but man, every single time I've gotten to a live PA account, um, man, I destroy it.
Mhm.
And not in a good way. And man, one bad decision on top of another.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I just feel like to some degree, maybe I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
But man, like I said, I've been around. I've been doing this for a long time, and I have yet to
Make it
even see
work.
make it work. And uh, man, it is. I'm like like I said, I played football. I went JUCO, so I've had to bet on myself the whole time. Pay my way, went D1, all that. I had to walk on after that. So like I've always bet on myself, and I'm not gonna lie. At this point, like to some degree, man, there's doubt creeping in because it's just
Mhm.
uh, man, I don't know what it is. I feel
Mhm.
like every single time um, I don't know, I come in with a plan or I deviate from it. Just like today, like I had been trading pretty well with you all week, and even today, I opened up a PA account, and man, I've almost blown it today. Um, just
That's
being absolutely
you're
dumb.
not listening to the coach.
Um,
You start trading and doing what you want to do. I like that though. That's cool.
and so I don't know. I'm really just kind of in a weird spot right now, and I'm like
Mhm.
don't necessarily have the most confidence maybe in myself, and that's weird for me because despite where I'm at in life, usually I'm very confident.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I just wanted to ask, like,
We'll talk about it.
um,
It's all good, man. We'll talk about it. First, you're in a very, very good place. Good place, safe place. You know what I'm saying? Nobody here is going to judge you. Nobody here thinks you're stupid. Um, and give me one moment. Reg, did you make your money back off of that NASDAQ short call? You're the reason why I called it. When I said, is anybody in the red? And I saw you say you were down 234.
Yes. Reginald, you're talking to me, right, Jay?
Yeah, yeah. You caught that
Okay.
NASDAQ short?
I didn't catch this.
Okay.
I'm
You
actually
still
buying.
down?
I'm actually in
You
the
still down?
ES.
You trade ES?
Yes, sir.
It was the same thing. I said for sellers, so is the 5306, 5307s. Those are real sellers still. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to kind of give you a look about it. Give me one second. I'll get you out. Um, You'll be good to go.
You have to excuse the extra noise. I got my dogs and my
Uh,
kid.
It's all good. It's all good, big dog. We're all right. Um, By the way, I didn't count these trades in the P&Ls, but I definitely call short 229.64 and short here 63.06. Anybody remember me making those calls?
Yes, I
Yep. Sure do.
And,
Yes.
and I didn't count it in the total, so I'm sandbagging. I want you to see something too. Zach, you know, people saying I'm in the same boat, same boat, same boat. Let me tell you what's going on. So you have a few different elements, and we'll just go at them one by one. First, you're a man for sure, but you are very young. So you still want to change the world. Okay? There's a difference. So IQ changes the world, EQ changes your world. Okay. I said I would do a few things this morning. I said I would call $1,000. Y'all know I did that part, right? Put a one in the chat box and say yes if I said I would do that. Did I call 1,000? We got it.
Yep.
Okay. Break down the market. I said I would do that. And then I would talk about being right versus being right now. I think we covered that, especially when Josh said he wanted to buy the 16s on gold. I said, well, why do that? The market's going down, sell it. And you know, we sold 21 to 19 at that point. You remember? So we talked about being right versus being right now. I kind of want to bring that back though for you, Zach, and talk about the emotional quotient or the emotional intelligence that you have to have. A few things are going on in your life, right? I'm hearing that you definitely believe in yourself, right? A lot of that. But belief is existing at the same time doubt is. I want you to know that that's totally normal. I read the Bible all the time, and there was one scripture, it's like, I believe, but help my unbelief. Thomas was Jesus's homeboy, watched him do everything, the miracle, the walking on the water, the turning loaves into bread, the raising dead kids up, all of that sort of stuff, you know, and at the same time, you know, didn't believe him when he said he rose from the dead because doubt is a part of humanity. Doubt is something that your brain is manufacturing to keep you safe from going in a bad direction. That's all it is. And doubt is not a source, it is a response to a source. So instead of saying I doubt myself, start saying I try to keep myself safe. I try to keep myself safe. That's what you're really doing. You're not doubting yourself. You're trying to keep yourself safe, right? Your belief is good. We would call that zeal. And I'm not mad about that. But you mentioned some things about, I don't know if I'm self-sabotaging myself. Um, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe
what's
because
happening is
sorry.
you know how to box, but you don't know how to get hit. That's what's happening. When you get hit, you probably think that you're better than most people. Let's have an honest conversation. Can we have an honest conversation like nobody's around?
Absolutely.
Do you think you're better than people?
In what way?
Just better, like better.
Um, I
You're in
don't.
a safe space. You could say, let me ask you some maybe minor questions.
Yeah.
Do you hate waiting in lines?
No.
Do you hate when someone's in front of you and the light turns green and they don't drive away really quickly?
Yes, if I have somewhere to be.
Do you, if the light is about to turn red, do you slow down at the yellow or do you speed up to try and beat it? By the way,
Uh,
cheeks are turning up, you speed up to beat
yeah,
it.
I'll speed up. I'll speed up.
Um, um, the reason why I'm asking is like you have a narrative arc. Like if you look at the character that you are, like say you were in a movie. So like imagine going JUCO, then you watch this character work hard and run and eat right and lift weights and then go D1 and then walk on the team and be amazing and all of that stuff. That's a lot of hard work. What that does in somebody, if they're able to do something that most people think is impossible, it builds up this kind of like, yeah, you didn't know who I was. Like it builds that in you. That's natural.
Okay.
Like,
Well
think
then,
about it. Me,
yeah.
I went from playing keyboard to being on MTV with a keyboard. I went from starting a business with my wife to being on ABC Friday night Shark Tank. I went from dead broke in a car to 33,000 students in every livable continent of the world. That does something to you. You know what I'm saying? And we're men. Like, let's just be honest. That does something to you where you kind of have this, I'm good. I know what I am. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Do you
Yeah.
have that? So, like, I'm good, but because
Can I,
we're men, we are comparative by nature. That means, can you fight? Can you fight better than the boy, that other boy? Can you run? Can you run faster than that other boy? So
okay.
because you're a man, I'm good. It's easy to slip into I'm better than you,
Okay.
or
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
would
best.
say that then, yeah, because I feel like I'm more capable.
Yeah.
And maybe just because I feel like I don't try to limit myself. Um,
Hmm. Everything
because
they
I feel
tell you
like,
to do. Yeah. Yeah. You do
especially because a
everything
lot
they
of
tell you
people
to do.
told me, stuff like I couldn't do as a kid or
And
whatnot.
you
So,
did it.
and I had to do it.
Yep. And you were
So
able to do it well.
right. So that,
Here
yeah,
you are with trading and you do it sucky. And you're wondering why, what's
Filled.
going wrong? Because in some conditions you do a great job, and then you get into another situation and you do a terrible job. You're like,
yeah,
man, it's been 4 years. I can pass a combine, I can get a PA, but then I get in a PA and I blow it. Why do I keep failing? Why do I keep failing?
you're right. That's absolutely it. I wasn't going to use the word better, but capable was the word that I would definitely use.
Well, better isn't the word that you use out loud, but in your house, when no
Mhm.
one's around, you say it. Everybody does.
Okay.
Like Kanye West, he said, dang, are these people that much better than me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was getting no's from people he was making music for. Like, hey, Jay-Z, I just made Reasonable Doubt for you. Like H to the Izzo was me and all of this other stuff was me. And now I'm showing you Through the Wire and you're not listening to Through the Wire? Is everybody else that much better than me? You see what I'm saying? Like we don't say it out loud. And we found a politically correct way to say it. So ask me if you agree with this. You might say, I'm no better than anyone else, but I am different. Would you say that?
100%.
Okay, so what that is you saying politically correct out loud, the right thing, but in your brain, you know what you're thinking. We all know what you're thinking. And everybody should think that. Muhammad Ali said it. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. You should think that. If you don't think that, something's wrong. You're the best chef. You're the best teacher. You're the best father. You're the best husband. You're the best wife. You're the best mother. You're the best cousin. You're the best daughter. You're the best grandmother. You're the best. You got to think it. If we won't allow our brains to think it, then how can we ever build toward it? What else, Spice? You see what I'm saying, Zach?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about the things that you are and how it makes you susceptible. When you think that you're better and you think that you're good, you think that you should be right. Your way is the right way.
Yeah.
So a market will go down, you will buy it, it will keep going down, you will buy it again because it's just got to turn now because I'm right.
Right.
And that is the weakness of
Mm.
being better than. That's it. That's the Achilles right there. You said something, you said trading in a group, you're like, hey man, when I was with you last week, I was doing so great and whatever. Let me tell you, trading in a group has great value. Great value. There's value in it, man. There's value in a team. I don't think I have to tell you about that. The
Correct.
problem is that you're finding your identity in the outcome of your trade. This is a big problem for most traders. They are finding their identity You're finding your identity in the outcome of your trade. So if it goes green, you're good, you're smart, you're wonderful, you're beautiful. The day is going to be great. And if it goes red, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're ugly, no one loves you, you'll never have a bright future. And nothing could be further from the truth. So my challenge for you is going to be to divorce your identity from the outcome. If you were ever wondering whether I'm the best teacher of trading in the world, you're starting to see why. Because it's really not a game of positions in the market, it's a game of positions in your mind and your heart. And you have a good position, zealous, quick to act, fast to go, but also susceptible to blind spots. Sometimes you can't see what's right in front of you because you're going so fast thinking about what's next. After I get this PA, I'm going to do this.
Order filled.
After I get my payout, then I'm gonna get this. You on day one of the payout. How you over there? You gotta qualify for a payout before you do that. So you're always a step ahead because that's always what's helped you. And it'll keep helping you now, but we have to temper your zeal. And the way that we temper your zeal is with two things: knowledge and faith. Okay? Listen to me. Knowledge and faith. Knowledge and faith. You need to write this stuff down. When I talk, most people think that I'm talking for fun and that I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've been on so many one-on-ones. I've done more one-on-ones than some of y'all had weeks of trading. I'm sure I've done more one-on-ones than all of y'all have in months of trading. I've sat in and personally done at least 5,000 one-on-ones. When I'm talking, I know it might seem like I'm just some dude sitting down at his house. I read a whole lot of books, did a whole lot of studying to say the stuff I'm about to say. You should have a pencil and a paper. You're going to do this with knowledge and faith. Faith is a fancy word, but what faith really means is work. Because if you believe in something, you'll act like it. And typically, you only believing for something you don't possess. So you got to do some work to go get it. No one has got to have faith for food in the fridge if there's already food in the fridge. You only need faith for food if there's no food in the fridge. Okay? So faith is a fancy way of saying work. Okay? Your knowledge, though, is going to be multifaceted. You need I'm going to break it into two pieces. I was going to say interior and exterior, but I'm going to say head and heart. This is what you need, head and heart. Your head is knowing the right things to do on a chart technically. Anybody can give that to you. So you've been everywhere, bouncing around. You see what I'm saying? I was on YouTube. I followed this person and I followed this person. And now you treating me probably like you treated all the rest of them. I follow him, I go to stuff. But what you have done differently with your trading career that you did not do with football, you went all in. With trading, you still got your toe in. You haven't went all in yet. You haven't committed. You know what? Your diet plan, the food that you had to buy, the clothes you had to buy, the training that you had to buy, you had to invest in your time and you had to work really hard to get good at football. But you think that you're going to get in front of a computer, watch a 30-minute YouTube video, then you're going to know how to make $1,000 a day. The devil is a liar. And he has fooled you. This is a skill, and this skill takes work. No one in their right mind would think that Steph Curry woke up in the morning and knew how to be the greatest three-point shooter of all time. No one would. That boy know how to shoot because he was raised by a shooter. And then after being raised by one, he talked about shooting, and then he went to the gym and shot all day long. But you don't practice. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. You go to football practice. You go to basketball practice. You go to band practice and won't practice trading. Can't do that. It's a skill, bro. It's a skill. Some people cut hair. Some people know how to make three-point shots. Some people can teach students, third graders. Some people can teach 12th graders. Some people can mow a lawn so good, they'll have 500,000 followers on the internet. Mowing lawns, dog, because it's a skill. You got to acquire the skill. And you acquire the skill through two things: head knowledge and hard work. That means you trade in the morning, then you replay trade in the afternoon, you replay trade at night, you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, you do the same thing. You learn a skill. Hey, this is my trade, and you do it a lot. Question for you, Zach. Would you rather go to a heart surgeon who graduated from college and has done 500 successful heart surgeries, or would you rather go to the heart surgeon who graduated college and you're the first heart surgery he'll ever do? Which one would you do?
The first one.
The one who's already done it. You know why? Because they did it a lot. That's why they're good at it. They acquired the skill already.
All right.
The reason why these people won't give you a payout is because you ain't done it a lot. And it shows every time you get a PA. Now, the next part, I'll kind of double back, okay? The heart space, your heart space, because I told you it's knowledge and faith. Faith is just work. That's all it is. If you believe that you're going to do something, you got to work. Like I believe I can go D1, so you worked. And guess what happened? You did it. Cool. Head knowledge is good. You have to work hard at what you know in your head. But in your heart, that's the second issue. And this is not so easily done. In fact, this is a train that you'll be riding for the rest of your life. The thing that you have to be okay with is losing. Losing. And in this season, you probably feel like you are taking L's. Even when you described it, you say, man, I got gypped out of, and I don't know if gypped is a great word. I don't even know what that means typically, but that's what we used to say, like he gypping you. I think that might come from an etymology of a word like gypsy. And in that way, it might be an offensive term.
Yeah, you're right. That might
Let's
be.
use the word cheated.
Okay.
I was cheated out of a degree. Then you said I was cheated out of a job. I had a good job and I got cheated out of that. You see where your heart is? Your heart is saying that people are doing things to me that I don't deserve. You hear that?
Yeah.
So what you are doing, you are washing your hands with the responsibility of the outcome. If you're in a trade and it goes wrong, you the one that did it. The bad thing about what you did for a living, football, is that it was a team sport, so you could always blame somebody. Tennis players, golfers, bowlers, they can't do that. You hit a bad shot, you hit the bad shot. Nobody else. You lose a game, you can say the defense gave it away, but I had a great game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In trading is like golf. Trading is like tennis. You can't blame nobody else. And so is life, truthfully. So if you believe, and I know maybe y'all think this is too much, y'all want to go, but whatever. I think that I'm saucing dog up. Yeah. Is this helping anybody other than Zach right now? Put a one in the chat box and say yes.
Amen. Amen.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Buddy.
Yes, sir.
This is
Yeah.
a whole lecture.
Absolutely,
Ain't
sir.
going nowhere. Ain't
Yes.
going nowhere.
A whole lecture. I might keep it and save it for later and use it as a emotional something. I don't know. Who knows? Download this free thing and give me your email address and phone number, and I'll teach you the emotional part of trading. I don't know. So that's what happened to you. You are washing your hands of the responsibility of the outcomes of your life. The reason why you can do that so easily is because the only person affected by the outcome is you. Had you been a husband or a father, you would have to take responsibility because the outcomes of your life automatically affect someone else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can literally say, I ain't do nothing wrong. That's their fault. I lost my job. But if you go home and you got a wife and a newborn, you say, I ain't do nothing wrong and I lost my job. She's still gonna say, so what we gonna do for this baby? You see what I'm saying? So you immediately have to react. This is the beauty of fatherhood. This is what it gives you as a gift. There's a battery in your back, like a gear in adulthood you don't even know you have until you have kids. So you have an amazing set of gears now. I can only imagine the kids that are going to be so blessed to have you as a dad and the wife that you get. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be really blessed because you're a tremendously hardworking person. You know, I went to the University of Florida. I've only known one person to walk onto the team as a Gator. Only one person. And he worked like a dog to get there. A dog, a real dog, hard. And they use him as a crash dummy for 4 months. Literally. Go
Yes.
stand in the way of somebody who's bigger, stronger, and faster, and then try and get him. That was his job for 4 months. He was paying his way. He wasn't living in the athletes dorm. He was over there in the Thomas section, just like us, in Fletcher Hall and in Buckman, with ice on his knees in the pool hall. I remember that very, very vividly. So I know that you work hard. I know that you're not afraid of a hard working time. But what you suck at is losing. You got to lose and you have to take responsibility for the loss. So if I was taking notes, I would write down, I need to go back to all my losses and find out how I got them there. When people are married, this is an easy lesson that I can teach them because if they get divorced, they might say something like, well, she was crazy or he was crazy. And my response in a one-on-one would always be, well, how did you help them get there? You know, because they wasn't crazy when you married them. You married the same person and then made them crazy. How did you make them crazy? Because obviously you divorced them because they was crazy. You see what I'm saying? What was your contribution to the outcome? And take responsibility for every part of it. You got to do it. We used to call it trade autopsy. You remember any old bullies, we would have autopsy days where we autopsy your trade. Where did you go wrong? But you have to go back because everything in life is a trade. You were trading with that college, and somehow along the way, the trade went bad and you couldn't recover. You traded with that job, somehow along the way, the trade went bad, you couldn't recover. You traded with that program and became an athlete, and the trade went well. You did exactly how you thought. So you have to go back and find out what's going wrong. The second thing is, let me tell you something. There's a difference between trading live, sim, combine, PA. All of those are different. Same chart, same candles, but they are different circumstances. I learned this from Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather says anybody can box in a gym, but can you box me under the lights? They think that it's another boxing match. Floyd says, I know we got to do press in 3 continents and in 12 countries. We got to go do press to promote the fight. They're contractually obligated. Most of these guys have been fighting in Maryland and in Texas and Oklahoma. They've never fought in Vegas and never seen what it looks like to internationally promote a fight. So Floyd's like, they got to fight. They got to keep their head on and stay practicing, even though they fly in first class all around the world. Everywhere they go, somebody taking their picture, want an autograph, and they got to stay focused. Floyd, like, who can do that if it's their first time, even their second time? Other thing Floyd said is everybody knows how much money they're about to make. So now they got to fight me, but they got 13 new cousins, and all of their new cousins need $20,000 right now. So they have to deal with the emotional inconsistency. Their wife know how much, their ex-wife know how much, the judge know how much. Everybody knows. When you trade and you gonna trade, bro, and you say, hey, I'm gonna trade in a combine, you used to those lights. But when you get in a PA, you're not used to those lights. Chances are you blow your PA the same day you take your first loss.
Understood that today, basically.
The first time you have a losing trade, you blow the whole PA that day because it's just got to be right. And this my time, and this going to be the one, and and all of that is right. But you're going so fast, you're living so tight, your whole identity is locked up inside of your trade outcome, and you're destined to fail. So what I want you to do is I want you to go lose. That's what I want you to do for the rest of the week. Go lose. I want you to go. You have any gay friends?
I don't.
Go hang with somebody that's gay. Listen to them. Hear them out. Hear the other side of the trade. Go hear it. You got any atheist friends?
I think so.
Go talk to them. Ask them why they don't believe that nobody put this all together. Go listen to it. And then don't try to be right. When you talk back, don't try and be right. You got any white friends? You from Portland? I know you got some white friends.
There's a couple out here.
Yeah, you the only black dude on your block. So this is what I want you to do. Go to your white friends, bring up something like politics, and let them explain themselves. Ask them questions, slightly agree, never disagree, walk away. Even if they say something you don't like. You got any old friends? Like,
I don't have a lot of friends, to be honest.
this is a problem. Come out of isolation. God did not cause us to be islands. He calls us to be, you know, with people, among them, among them. That's the best place to be, among them, among them. So go and like if you bowl, join a bowling league or something like that. Go find people and listen to them. What you need to be able to do is hear opposition. I'm gonna tell you why I believe this. When I first got to college, at University of Florida, we have this our like plot or where everybody is called Turlington Plaza. Well, at Turlington, when the bell rings, you will see people looking like ants on the ground. It's thousands of them moving. And my first time getting there, I had this thought, and the thought was there are thousands of ways to raise a good kid that'll go to college. Thousands of them. It's thousands of ways to be happily married, thousands of ways to get old and be happy about it, thousands of ways to be a Democrat or believe you should be, or thousands of ways to believe you should be a Republican. Go talk, go hear people that are on the opposite side of your belief and empathize. Empathize with them. What that will do is it will open up your worldview. It will open up your worldview. If all you do you watch news yet? You're 30, so you might not watch it yet.
I'll probably read it more than watch it.
Go start reading the stuff that don't tell you what you want to hear. Like go to the TikTok pages that like Trump. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm assuming because of where you're from that you probably, you know what I'm saying? Like Oregon and stuff like that. It's a
Yeah.
liberal type of place, coastal place, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a heartline or beltway or Bible Belt sort of spot, you know what I'm saying? So chances are, just like the state, you probably went blue too. So you have to go and listen. There are some people who say they're so glad that he's the president. You gotta, why? What does he do? And then just shut up and let them be right. Next time you're driving in traffic, slow down. When somebody puts their blinker on, slow down and let them in. These are ways that you lose. Practice that. Lose. And when I say lose, be empathetic to an opposing opinion. This is a skill. It helps me when I'm thinking the market is going to go up. It helps me think like a seller. It helps me think like one. So if I'm a buyer right now, what would a seller want to see? How can I think like the opposition? You cannot be a strategist and not think in the opposing way. And you got to think like the opposition better than them. So if I'm buying 230.22, I target 230.41. If you're a buyer, you want to see something above there. If you sell the 230.41s, all you want to see is something below 22. If we get below 22, we'll make our way down to 229.80, but ultimately I think that we'll get down to 65s. All right, everybody understand what we're doing? Okay, yeah. You see, contrarian. Even today, I say, hey, I'm going to be calling buys and sells on both places because when I call buy, some of y'all sell it. Wanda says, that's me. That's what I do.
Order filled.
Oh, by the way, add $125 to my last trade because we got 29 down to 25.
You really know my voice.
You see what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? This is a skill, bro. I'm not lying. I'm not lying when I say it's a skill. And one of the parts of the skill that people don't have is how to be empathetic to the opposing idea. We come to the market because we are better than, smarter than, stronger than, have more money than, more experience than. We buy a falling market, it falls more, we buy again, we blow up our accounts because we weren't willing to change our minds. On Monday, I taught everybody a word. The word was, what is the word? Everybody, anybody remember Monday's word?
Repent.
Repent. What's the Greek word for it? Come on.
Metanoia.
Metanoia, to turn the other way. If I am a buyer, what would make me be a seller? If I am a seller, what would make me be a buyer? This is a part of humility and empathy because there are people in the market that don't think what you think. You think the value of the asset is too low and it should go up? Okay, they'll show you because they'll crash this market and it'll go crumbling to the downside. Does everybody feel me on that? That is the heart space I think would benefit you best because you already know how to move fast and you already know how to think ahead. You just don't know how to think like your opposition or get hit without losing your brain. Does this make sense for you?
Yes.
The next time you lose a trade, get up, get on the floor, do 20 push-ups. Stand up, do 20 jumping jacks. Go to the refrigerator, get a spoon of vinegar or lemon juice and swallow it. Then come back to the candles and take another trade. You'll pass every PA after here. Trust me, you will. What's happening is you take the last trade, it makes you mad, and you never reset. You're playing a hurry up offense with no game plan. Soon as the play go right or wrong, you jumping right back on the line of scrimmage. Go to the huddle. Find out what happened. Sub somebody in. Do something. Or else you're going to get sacked again. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're taking no time for a huddle. That's what's happening. Soon as you get hit, you're reacting. Can't do that. You got to get hit. And what boxers do, they get hit real good. What do they do next? Tell me, Zach.
Well, I mean, ask your question again. I'm sorry.
If a boxer gets hit really hard, what is his next move?
Well, it depends on how hard he got hit, but
He didn't get knocked out, but he got rocked. What's his next move?
he's got to move.
He's got to move, evade. What else might he do?
Punch back.
No, that's dumb.
If you got hit.
Yeah. Hold.
Oh, that's
If he
true.
punches
Yeah,
back, he's already dazed. What is he going to punch at? And
that's right.
punching leaves his chin open.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
You see? So even in your response, you get hit, hit back. No, you get hit, wait, hold, reset. Reset. You get hit, boom, you get rocked. You lose 500. Boom. Oh my God. Reset. What's going on? Shake it. What's going on? What is this? I do it. Go back to the video yesterday. I sold the ES and the NASDAQ off the open. I lost $300 on I lost 175 on the ES and like 200 on the NASDAQ. Go back and watch the film. I don't call another trade until I reset. It takes me another 15 minutes, maybe 20 to call another ES trade. Same thing on go today, 36.32. I didn't like what I saw. I didn't call anything long again until 19. Reset. Hey, what is that? Y'all doing something I don't understand. I just lost some money. Hey, what are we doing? Hold, rest, gain your composure, breathe. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you get hit, you don't hit back. If you get hit, you reset, you recompose. You have to put yourself back together. You just got rocked. Even if you swing right now, you seeing 3 of them, you don't know which one of them you're trying to hit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. I hope that helped you. That was your 30-minute one-on-one.
I appreciate you. Thank you, dear.
I can go find books that backs all this stuff up, scientific evidence and research, but just trust me, I've read a whole lot of them. So, just trust me. The things are identity and outcome. That's what just to go over it again. The problem is identity and outcome. You have to divorce the two. You are not your trade and your trade is not you. Good trades don't make you a good person. Bad trades don't make you a bad person. Understand? What you have to do is overcome this with knowledge and faith. Knowledge and faith. Knowledge is in your head and in your heart. Faith just means work. You're not opposed to work, so I don't think you're going to have a problem there. But head knowledge, you're trying to get a skill that's a real skill. You're trying to get it like it's some sort of like cheap whore, like it'll cost you nothing. And you cannot date a real woman as though she's a whore. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because trading, the skill of trading is a weird skill to marry. You've really got to treat it with respect in order to do it well. Because the moment you slip and you think that you just got it, and of course it'll go your way, is the day trading will show you you'll blow up your whole account and some money you don't have. You see what I'm saying? So it's respectfully that you get this skill. You understand? Very respectfully. So you practice everything, but you've never practiced trading. That's stupid. You got to get it into your head. And then the other thing is like you have to fix your heart. Your heart is not empathetic because even in your own admission, you're saying like, I don't have friends. That means you have no other voices in your head but your own. And those of your family, maybe, but you have to be empathetic to other points of view. There are other people who can be right, and you need to expose yourself to them so that you learn how to take in information that is not necessarily palatable for you immediately. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't live in a world of isolation. You got to go let it in. Shake hands with the bus driver, hang out with the maid, chill with the king, rock out with the politician, read the book of history, read the book on how to be a better man, read the art of seduction, go over here, talk to this person, talk to that person, vibe with the world, be amongst them. You see what I'm saying? And then be empathetic to them. Jesus, woman at the well, that sort of vibe. Be empathetic, be honest, be yourself, but it's okay to talk to somebody that ain't like you, ain't where you from, don't believe what you believe. It's all right to do that. Hang out. You know what I'm saying? Hang out and let their view in. Let it in. Okay, that's it. You got it now? Make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
cool. Anybody else in the red? Let me see. I think Reginald needed something. Reginald, I told you to sell 74s on the ES too. I mean on the NASDAQ too. Did you sell the 74s?
No, I'm on the ES. The ES.
Okay, do me a favor. For the ES, what you're going to do is you're going to be a buyer, and I want you to buy now. Buy it now.
Order filled. Order
Be down
submitted.
245. Buy it now. It's gonna be a rough and rumble little moment, and then you should be able to get to the upside. You're gonna target 21.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, target
Target
21.
21.
It's not gonna happen while we're together, but because I'm about to leave, but you're gonna get maybe as low as I think as low as
Just have an idea.
if they want to, as low as 12, even though they don't have to. And what you want to see is the market get above 63.1825 again. Okay. I wish I had a fast forward button so we could just fast forward the trade and watch it work. But get long, stay long is the ES way. And I didn't ask you about your risk, but I imagine that if you have a 324 day, if you're down 234 on the day, you probably want to make about $500-600 every time you trade.
Satisfied with $300.
Okay, cool.
Hi.
You should this trade should be all right for you. It's another 2 minutes, so it's a very young candle, but to me, it's done a whole lot of what it wanted to do to the downside. It's coming to a place of deceleration, and to me, you have a right to kind of scoot above, in the context of the day. They might want to play you and come back to 13 or 11. They might want to play you, but get long, stay long. You know what I'm saying? Buying here, buying 13s, buying 11s, and you aiming for 21 or 26. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, bro. All right, man. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tonight, 8 o'clock. Hang out with your boy. I appreciate y'all staying around so me and Zach could talk. I hope that it helped more people than Zach, man, because you all are amazing traders. You're great people. You want things Man, Zach is no need to apologize. We love traders here, and we love people who are trying to do something for themselves. Did we have good P&Ls? Everybody made money? Did we all make money? Was it good? Everybody's good? DeCarlos, what's the question?
Yeah, I know you say you got to get out of here, Jay, but I just want to point out that's one of the other things I love about you and about the room is the story, the conversation, the talking, not just the trading, but the real life experiences, the things that we're dealing with to know that there's others out there that's going through the same thing that we're dealing with. So
Yeah,
Zach, I'm gonna speak for myself. I done been there, and sometimes I still go there with what you're dealing with. So you're not the only one, and you won't be the last one. We all at some point in time have been through that. And I
yeah.
love the stories. I love the talks. I love the conversations. The trading, I love that too, but I love the talks and the learning and the way you go about doing it and the conversation. I don't know how else to say it. I love it. It's great. It
Thank
helps
you.
me. It helps me tremendously.
Thank you. God is good. And all we're gonna do is sit around, make money, help people, grow and serve a whole lot. We're gonna change what the world thinks about this thing called trading. We're gonna do a great job of it too. We're not gonna hold back. We're gonna give people the right information so that they can make good decisions. That's what we're gonna do every day. And you learn a lot listening to Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Because everything starts with that man in the mirror. And if you can carve out a good version of yourself, you will find that the world might not change, but your world will drastically change. Drastically, drastically, drastically. Lou, I like that. Lou said trade room P&L 625, real trader P&L 705. And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? We gonna have a lot of fun now. I'm telling you, real traders out here making money. Traders out here making money. Tonight, meet me at 8 o'clock. If you meet me at 8 o'clock, then we'll be able to talk about how you can be a part of inventory as a voting system, cohort 11, the last dance. I'm going to be very honest. This course called Inventory as a Voting System on Sunday night, it turns into a $5,000 course. The moment our next cohort starts. Right now, it is $14.97, but you won't get to do it with me. To do it with me is $2,000. You know what I would do? If I didn't have $2,000, I would find a friend. I would find two or three of them. Now, when I'm sitting in front of the camera, you got to do it like like Cheryl used to do it. Sit in front of the camera, and then your friends sit out of the camera shot. That's what I would do. Straight up. Straight up. This information is good, and I'm about to use it for me. I use it for me every day. How many other people use inventory every day, and how's it been going for them? Just write a word. If you had to write one word that makes you think about inventory, write one word in the chat. If you take an inventory, what's one word to describe it? Overtime is $4.97. I had a one-on-one with all of them. Amazing. Overtime is $4.97. But I sent the link out to overtime yesterday. We met and all that sort of stuff. Complete picture, exclusive, great, 5,000 today. Instagram, y'all can't see.
Okay.
So running around, look, this is what people really saying. They say the bomb, two words. That was Cheryl's daughter. Legendary. How can I get overtime? Hit me up if you're inventory. I told him to buy. Look, he's buying right now. Inventory, the one that helped me with this trade. We say we're going to 18 to 21. 18 to 21. He should make his money.
Hey Jay, so the alumni, you get overtime plus the teaching, right? In the
Oh, you
19.
get everything. Yeah. So
Okay.
for overtime this time, we gonna act like you're gonna get everything. That's because I don't have
Okay.
time to go back and forth with it. So this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the 5 nights of teaching live, the month of trading live, the Saturday workshops live, the book and a one-on-one. Um, And I think our one-on-one today, it wasn't really like a one-on-one. We could dig a little bit deeper if nobody's around. If you notice, he was a little hesitant to answer some of the questions. But we do that. And then it's lifetime access to it all. Lifetime access.
So when do we pay for it? Does a link come out to pay after tonight, Thursday?
Overtimers, I gave them the link yesterday. I'll send out another overtime link via email today, maybe. We'll do that. Is that cool?
Okay, yeah, because I can see the registration, but I don't know if I got the payment one.
Okay. No, I didn't mail it out, but I'll mail out the overtime payment one today. And if you don't,
Okay, great.
hit me up.
I'm gonna take it again. I think it's worth it. I think I missed some things though, but I was early. Like the third and the fourth.
Yeah, you were pretty early. I did say thank you to the early folks. You saw how it popped 18, went right up there to 21, stopped on a dime. All right, man. Love y'all so much. Any last questions? Oh, no questions. Thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to all the mentors that's in here. I think I seen Greg and Pat was off in here. Money Mo was off in here. Nia was in here. You know what I'm saying? Rave came through. Rave, it's good to see you coming through. Did I miss anybody? Who else was in here? I think that was everybody. Um, yeah, that's about it. I just appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love doing this job with y'all, helping people, teaching folks. Shout out to the mentors. Y'all love the mentors? Anybody think the mentors are cool? Anybody?
Yes, we learned
Yeah.
a lot from them.
They are great, man. Top
Love
notch.
it.
Love them. Top notch.
Yeah. And some of them in the charts, but the other ones they doing other things behind the scenes, man. They're amazing. Whether they administrative, technical, or project based mentors are fantastic in this community. No way I could do this sort of stuff without them. All right, then. Love y'all. See you tonight, 8 o'clock. Come back. Come figure out
See you
why
then.
what makes me better than everybody.
Thanks, Jay.
Love. You already know. Clock on the wall says that's about all. I've enjoyed you all and had a ball. But boom, boom, skeet, skeet. That's it. Your boy Jay's got the split. We all we got, but that's cool.
We
All we
all
need.
need.
What we need.
We need.
Hootie hoo, and they
Already
in the house.
know. You
Yay,
already
yay.
know. You already
Ooh,
know. Uh,
10 million strong.
love, 10 million.
I'm at the gym. Hey,
Get that work in, bro.
I'm having a good time.
You know, IG.
Thanks.